Oh, yes, we are live. Welcome back to another episode of Band Dog Talk with the Dog God. Want to send a big salute. Oh, man, look who we got at pole position, man. Students for Life dog training, man. Big salute to your family. Welcome to the podium. Young, ready, red. You feel me? Big salute to your family, man. Close second, man. Close second. You know what I mean? And functional focus kennels, man. Much love and respect, man. I appreciate your consistency, functional focus kennels. And got the third place. You know what I mean? Salute to all my podium members. You know what I mean? My podium family. You know what I mean? Much love and respect. And of course, welcome again, to another episode of Band Dog Talk, which of course we talk about everything dogs in a sense, everything performance dogs. That's our specialty over here with Formula One. You know what I mean? Everything high performance. But big salute to you guys, man. Thank you for showing up, man. We got a good cook up like we do it like every Thursday night. We always got a good classroom. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want our platform to really stand for. And I say ours because that's why I decided to do something like this. Big Corey, big salute to your family. That's why I decided to do this on Thursday. You know what I mean? Just to make it more of a classroom. We can all interact, talk dogs. The supercomputer. You know what I'm saying? The super dog computer. A lot of dog men with a lot of dog mentalities, a lot of dog knowledge, dog experience. We come together, we talk dogs, and we get game. You know what I mean? We apply the stuff that we talk about. That's why I do this. So again, salute to you guys for showing up. Showing up. But before I get into my work week, like I always do, I always tell y'all, man, get your herbal sensations. If that's what y'all like, go ahead and roll you up some herbal sensations. Okay. Go ahead and get your cocktail, your mixed drinks. Go ahead and get your brewskis. Crack open you a brewski, something that's gonna like calm the edge from our week. You know what I mean? Especially when you're out there putting in that work, and more work 3 times. And you know how the coach operates. I keep it simple, man. KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Life is hard enough as it is, but if you can keep things simpler, your life can be easier, even though it's hard, if that makes sense, you guys. So I got my vodka lemonade because, I just keep it simple, man. So I want to cheers to you guys, all the ones that's going to be on the live, all the ones who are going to watch or listen afterwards. Cheers, man. Much love and respect to all you guys, man. Love you guys, but cheers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's see this week, man. As far as the dogs is concerned, Big J to Don, big salute family. Hey, I'm just gonna call you Jay. That's what the coach is gonna call you, man. You know how the coaches do. Coaches make up their own names for their players and their members and stuff like that, man. You already know I got love for you, man. And no disrespect to your name. I'm calling you Big J, nigga. It is what it is. Don't you know what I mean? Don't fault me, Big J. I'm calling you Big J. But salute to you, family. Man, this week is as far as the dogs is concerned. You already know that we got Red Tiger and Tigress. We connected those dots. Put Red Tiger into Tigress and functional focus, man. Big salute, family. We put Tigress into, Red Tiger into Tigress. And it's been, I think, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So still waiting to see if that breeding took. Hopefully it did. If you guys have followed me, y'all know that Red Tiger is no longer in the flesh, but we got his semen on ice. Thank God that I was aware of that and I decided to do that. But I decided to put that Red Tiger juice into Tigress. And salute to Tigress because I had, just to give you a real quick summary of why I bought Tigress, but Tigress is my American Bulldog, and I bought her based off of her father, his name is TKO. He's a grand champion American Bulldog. But when I saw this American Bulldog, TKO, at a show, I was very impressed with his phenotype. I didn't know the dog. I just seen his phenotype. He had a look that I was impressed with. Had a nice, big head. Had that bull neck. That neck with the lump on it. He had, his muscular, nice bone. He looked impressive. He had that what they would call a wow factor. And I went up to the owner and asked him. I said, "Hey man, I'm getting into bulldogs, American bulldogs. Like man, I'm liking your boy the way he looks, and I'm new to the American bulldog game. I'm looking for some females because I got this semen from buff dogs, so I'm looking for some females. I was like, hey, you got any puppies coming off of this boy?" And long story short, he's like, yeah, matter of fact, I got a female that I got from a pup back that, she don't fit my phenotype. She doesn't really fit what I'm looking for, but direct daughter off of TKO. And then the mom was more of the sport type dog. She wasn't the bully type. She was like sporty type. So she doesn't really fit the phenotype, but that was a deal I made with the breeder, you know, stud fee plus a pup back. And I'm not really feeling her, but I'll sell her to you if you want her. I'm like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm, at that time, I was all about the DNA. So if I knew that the dad was in that formula, I got my studs already on deck. So I'm like, as long as he's in there, I can make something work. Anyway, I get Tigress, right? And she wasn't impressive as a little puppy. But as far as the DNA goes, I needed to get that. But at the same time, when I did that deal with him, I was like, look, what do you have that's going to give me more like what the daddy look like? He's like, man, I got this breeding coming up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do it. As soon as this dog come to heat, this dog come off of this, that, and the third. He's talking about this female, like this dog come off of this, that, and the third. They family of dogs is bully type and muscled out, and this would be what you want. I'm like, cool. What's the deposit? You know what I mean? I need to get first pick female. He's like, all right, man, $1,000. Cool. I hit him with that $1,000 right there. Hey, give me your cash app. Boom. Hit him with $1,000. Boom. So not only did I buy Tigress on that deal when I first met him. Okay, that's how serious I was about my DNA. I'm still serious about DNA, y'all. But that's how serious I was. But I put the deposit down on there. So homeboy, not only did he do his little thing at the show, but he made some money off the top. So boom, I get, Tigress. Now, Tigress, like I said, she wasn't my favorite as far as the bully type. But as she got mature, then I started noticing some things about Tigress that I wasn't aware of about her as far as her genotype, her drive, right? And so, of course, she grew up amongst a lot of different type of dogs, pit bulls, bullies, band dogs. She grew up in that environment, bulldogs. So there's a lot of energy that's around her. And she adopted the pit bull energy. Tigress did. Okay. And before I knew about American bulldogs and their breathing issues, I've had a lot of L's due to the bulldog type phenotype, with that smush face shit and the breathing, right? But Tigress, she's very, very, very athletic, very, very driven, and she can breathe, man. And she's American bulldog. Okay. So that impressed me about her. I'm like, okay, damn, this bitch is like, she going hard because she go hard. And not only that, not only does she go hard, but I mean, as she matured into herself, what I'm saying? She got all musculared out. You know what I mean? She started looking like something too. I'm like, okay, look at your muscles, you all shredded wheat like my pit bulls and stuff. So, but anyway, long story short about Tigress, out of all the bulldogs, I had this girl named Big Bertha, which was her half sister. She was very impressive, but she didn't have the breathing and she died of heat stroke. And that was a bitch I was hoping and praying that I was able to get some puppies off of, but I wasn't able to get that. But I was disappointed in that fact that I lost her half sister, right? But then when I took Tigress and I bred her, right? I bred her to, what did I breed her to? I bred her to Red Tiger first, right? Which is, Red Tiger was already dead. But I bred her to Red Tiger, had some semen, and that breeding didn't take. So that, that hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? That was a big money L right there. Hurt my feelings. Boom. But then I decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to make a band dog using Tigers, and I decided to take AR-15, which is my Neapolitan Mastiff, German Boxer, American Bulldog, Game Pit Bull band dog. That's my first band dog I created. Was him and his sisters. AR-15. He's the only male. I bred AR-15 to her and produced some phenomenal dogs. Phenomenal dogs. I called them AR-15 band dogs. That's what I called them when I first produced them. I bred her a second time to AR-15 and produced more phenomenal dogs. Okay, more phenomenal dogs. Now, the ones, this time I kept some. I kept 3. Got a female and 2 males. Okay. Now, when I look at her sons that I have, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Like I said, I ain't even showed y'all them. They still young, so they 1 year old. I ain't brought them out to flex. I ain't flexed on y'all yet on them boys, which I will eventually, right? Probably spring, summer, I'll start showcasing them boys. They'll be about 1.5 years, you know what I mean? But anyway, I look at them. I'm like, God, I'm like, what? I'm blown away at the phenotype, at the drive, man, pray, the breathing. I'm just blown away. This is my chance to actually have the DNA. I'm sure whoever got that first litter, they all happy. I'm sure they all are. But what I have, I'm like, wow. I'm blown away, y'all. Can't cap. Okay. Now, what Tigers have shown me through the 2 litters, okay? She actually gave me a litter that I sold out. That's the fastest litter that I ever sold out. Okay. Not the only litter I've sold out, but the fastest. Her litter sold out in 2 weeks. Sold out. And then I had people asking me to tell people who bought certain dogs that they wanted that they'll pay more. Hey, tell him that bought it, I'll pay him $1,000 over what he paid for that dog. Okay, I've had people do that have money. That's how serious and that's how much like effect that Tigress's puppies had on the market. So I'm like, okay, damn, Tigress. I kind of, first of all, the gentleman who sold you to me slept on you because he shouldn't have never sold you to me. And then I slept on you because, I compared you to your half sister, and I'm like, your half sister phenotype is killing you. But of course, you didn't grow up to your maturity yet, to be who you are today, which is, she's an amazing bitch. But her sister still was an amazing bitch. Rest in peace to my bitch. What's my bitch's name? Oh shit. Big Bertha. Rest in peace, Big Bertha. I have so many dogs, y'all. Bear with me. But anyway, what Tigress has shown me with her productions is just like wow. Like wow. But like I said, wait till you see my boy Pink Panther. Wait till you see my boy I call that nigga Killer Whale and shit. Killer Whale. Her daughter's pretty dope too. But anyway, wait till you see. And then I got Cowgirl too. That's her daughter as well. She's beautiful too. But anyway, I decided to run her back to Red Tiger again. And guess what? Thank you, Functional Focus. Thank you, brother. But guess what? If that breeding takes with Red Tiger's DNA, where he come from and all them type of dogs that's in him, with Tigress's DNA, what she showed me, what she's done with freaking AR-15, oh man, them dogs are gonna be special, man. Them dogs is gonna be the ones, man. And if if Tigress can fix the breathing issues that come from Red Tiger's line, which I hope she does. I pray she does. She fixes that because we like hybrid vigor over here. You know what I'm saying? We like those mathematics of hybrid vigor. So I pray that she does. But if she does that, and that breeding takes, man, monumental breeding. Whoever gets bulldogs off of this particular breeding, you done came up. Your program done leveled up if you're trying to do bulldogs. Because, The DNA that's in them dogs is top tier. You know what I mean? You would never get it from nobody but the coach. Ah, that's right. So salute the Tigers. Hopefully she takes. We're gonna keep an eye on her. But as far as this week with the dogs, everything's good. You know, everything's good. However, I have my Malinois. Her name is Coco. And when I got her from my nephew, she had a different energy about her. Because my nephew, had her in like, she had her in a little type of, excuse me, he had her in like, more of a confined type of little wholesome. There was no real energy behind her or near her other than my nephew. He had her in a crate train, let her out, so she was more of a pet. She wasn't into that, she wasn't into that energy that she come from. You know what I mean? So long story short, I get her from my nephew and I put her in, she got her own 10x10. And when she first got here, the energy is, with dogs, they got to see where they can get in, where they can fit in. You know what I'm saying? When you understand dog packs, because I have enough dogs to understand a dog pack, they have to get in where they fit in. So new dogs, they don't act out because they're afraid that they're going to get checked. Okay? They don't. I don't care who you are as a dog. You come into a pack environment with a lot of rowdy energy, even though you might be a high energy type dog, you're going to respect your energy first because you don't want to get jumped. That's just the energy that dogs think about, even though she's in her own spot. So she was very, calm probably the first 3 months that she was a part of the pack. Right? Now this bitch, okay, she thinks she can compete with the top bitch of the pack. Okay. So what she does now is what the other ones who is on that rah-rah do. And they only do it when I come down there for the feed and stuff. They show out for me. So now this bitch, okay, she's pacing back and forth, jumping, she's jumping because she's seen the other dogs jump. She's seen the other dogs pace. She's seen the other dogs bark. So now she think that she a part of them. Now she want to compete now. Now she feel confident enough to know, okay, y'all not getting out. Y'all can't get out. I understand who you guys are, going crazy for. I know who the daddy is. I understand that y'all going crazy for daddy, which is me, right? So if you guys are doing this, I'm going to do it. So now this past couple of weeks, now she, before she would just kind of like, kind of walk around a little bit, do her thing. She has a little toy in her mouth or a little bone, whatever I got in her mouth. She can, she keep quiet or whatever. Now, she got this damn high pitch ass bark that's been getting on my nerves. It's like a 2 bark and it's high pitch, the highest pitch that I've heard out of all my dogs. I got some high pitched dogs. They only do that shit when it's time for feed. You know what I mean? But she got the highest pitch, and it's been getting on my nerves, y'all. It's been getting on my damn nerves. And I've been like, man, Coco, you got to stop that shit, girl. So anyway, nothing crazy happened, thank God. However, my girl Coco, my Malinois, she's starting to piss me off. You know what I mean? Because now she's doing this high pitch, 2 bark, high pitch thing that's like piercing to your ears. It's like, damn, bitch. Like, come on, why you gotta do that? But she's competing with all the other knuckleheads, doing a little crazy, you know what I mean, showing out. It's a trip, you know what I mean? And it's like you want to curb it and you try to curb the energy, like, chill out. You know what I mean? Like, chill out. But at the same time, it is what it is. I mean, I can only do so much. They'll stop when I tell them, but then once I start intertwining and moving around, then of course they all start going crazy and shit like that. So anyway, other than that, solid week. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Oh man. You guys want to be a dog man or dog woman? You sure? You sure? You sure you can handle it? Huh? The stress? All the dog shit and piss, you sure you can handle all that? Huh? The vet bills, the dog food, huh? You sure? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, that's my week. And man, big salute to everybody, man. Danielle, welcome back. Welcome back, sweetheart. We man, showing up. Big salute to your family. Big salute. Rock solid pitch, man. Big salute, family. Byron Gibson, big salute. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put that link in the chat. And if you have come or been a part of our lives and in the chat, and we know that you are vetted, you will be allowed up from backstage onto the stage. If you have not been vetted, don't take offense to it. We've had people that we've allowed to come up that have disrupted our whole movement, our whole vibe, and we're not going to allow that anymore. So if you guys want to come up, Carolina Blue, big salute, fam. Yeah, if you guys want to come up, I will put the link in the chat, then we can get this conversation started. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Link in the chat right now. Come on down, man. We are on. The panel is right. If those of you who've not gotten their herbal sensations, y'all not got your brewski, you did not get your cocktail, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get your cocktail, your drink, your brewski, young ready.
Yo, what's up, Coach?
Man,
how's your week going?
Man, you know, first and foremost, like we always like to say, man, God is good. You know what I mean? My week is, it's a lot of work. Young ready, a lot of work.
Nah, I know, man.
A lot of work, no days off. You know, I got to temper my steel. Like I said, my girl Coco, I love her and stuff like that. But, you know, she's been getting on my nerves. It's like one day I had to normally I go in, she come in and greet me. When I go in there, I clean up her kennel and I feed her and stuff. She always like to greet me and she makes sure I rub her and stuff like that. I was like, bitch, you ain't get no rubbing from me. You know what I'm saying? You know, piss me off. Bitch. You know what I mean? You know, piss me off doing that shit. Like, you don't learn some bad habits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can't falter, but at the same time, it's like, well, give me a break now, Carter. Give me a break.
What's up with it?
What's up with you, Corey?
Chilling.
What's good, Corey?
Coolin'. What's good, bro?
Chilling.
You know, so there's a lot of work going on, man. It's starting to get cold. You know, so oh shit, we got knock them down.
What's up, y'all?
What's good? Knock them down.
Hey, Coach, you know where she learned that from? Them young females up top.
Nah, she's learning from them niggas. Excuse me.
They be going crazy.
Them individuals at the bottom is what she's learning from, man. She learning.
They be going crazy too, huh?
So check this out. This is how I work with my dogs. Per tier is the energy. So when I go on the top tier, Stud Island where AR or AK is, their energy is their energy, right? Okay, theirs is pretty calm and collective, and when I'm there, pretty calm and collective. Second tier, I got young dogs down there. They still learning this shit. I got some knuckleheaded bitches in there. They still learning. They got to learn what
they loud right there. That second tier loud.
The second tier is loud. Yeah, they still young and they still got to figure that shit out. So second tier, I'm a little bit more lenient on them bitches because they're younger. Okay. Yeah. Third tier, they get it. They understand it. They're older. They get it. Okay? Fourth tier, I got a lot of knuckleheads down there. I got a lot of knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? A lot of competitive energy. So she learned it from them in the fourth tier. She learned it from them. You know what I mean? But now she become the loudest. Like her bark is so piercing. She gets the highest pitch. You know what I mean? Like Mariah Carey and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, why you gotta do that? You know, the only plus to that minus is that she does like 2 barks. She don't do like consistently. You know, it's like she don't do it consistent. She do like 2 barks Might wait for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes and do 2 barks, but it's so loud.
To get your attention, like, yo, I know you hear me, man.
Yeah, man. No, she
Like,
just trying
oh, not to do all that extra shit.
It's not really my attention. She's trying to compete with
With
them.
them. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she wanna be over them because she copying them. You know what I'm saying? Like she's doing what they doing. They jumping, running, they pacing back and forth, pacing back and forth, pacing back. I mean, bro, the amount of pacing that she do, it's like, damn, it bitch, you done ran like 2 miles.
So that's why she lost all that fat that she had.
Yeah, like she ain't never hold no fat, young lady. Like the bitch she do too much cardio.
Like athletes. They athletes.
Man, when I put felony on the back tie and I leave her outside, that's all she do too. Just like how she was when I pulled up. Her ass is just back and forth, never, never stopping, never sitting down. I'm like, girl. But that's what, that's
what
good
she
though.
been doing. Knock them down.
Yeah.
That's what she's been doing. So imagine how conditioned that bitch is when that's what she been doing, pacing back
Right.
and forth, pacing back and forth, pacing back and forth. Like
That's all she do.
You like, damn.
That's why I got her, and I had to shrink her kennel size down because I had her in the whole room by herself, but she'll get the fucking shit up. So I had to put her in the little kennel and shrink it down. And I was like, yeah, now you ain't got nowhere to run to. So now she just be chilling now. So I got her on that chill note now in the house.
Good.
Got her in the house now.
Good. That's better for her because, but see, like I say, they only do it when I'm around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the only plus to what I got to deal with these dogs is that if I'm not out there, if they don't know, because they already know, they know the time I'm coming out, they know why I'm coming out. They know, like, okay, either we getting yard time or we getting fed. So we're going crazy because we getting yard time, we getting fed. So then now they're competing with each other for my attention.
Yeah.
So dogs are gonna do whatever dogs do, whether they got something in their mouth, whether they like to jump up and down like AK, whether they like to run, pace back and forth, whether they like to bark, it's all on that type of shit. You know what I'm saying with them, But yeah, man.
Hey, Coach, have you got on TikTok at all?
I have one on TikTok, but TikTok is too gimmicky for me, man. I can't really get it's trying to like make all the little trendy type posts.
Yeah, it's hard to do that type of stuff on TikTok. It is, but the lives though, Coach, you can make money from them lives, man.
Oh yeah,
Coach, I'm telling you, look, and you got a lot more knowledge than I do. But when I'm on there and talking, I be having people tuned in. The other day, I got like 83K likes on there. Believe it or not. No cap, Coach. Listen.
Wow.
If you tap in on there, just try it. Just whenever you got a little free time, I recommend you try to tap in on TikTok because I think that, you know what I'm saying, with the type of platform that you got, then you could gain a lot of followers and a lot of people who actually want to gain that knowledge and they're not gonna come in here on no BS. You know what I'm saying? I've got in the past 3 days 300 followers. I'm going live on TikTok.
Yeah, salute on that.
Word.
I just want to put that in your head, though. That's all I was asking if you got on TikTok or not.
No, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Thanks for the information, y'all. I appreciate that.
They going crazy over there. Hey, some people on there be making like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 going live. I'm like, what? It just depends on the people that want to, But I think that'd be some sort of like subscription type deal. You know what I mean? Like, come and show the yard off a little bit. Boom. Get some gifts coming in. Boom. Making some bread. That'd be a nice little gig for you. I think that'd be fire.
Word.
Appreciate that, man.
That'd be fire for sure.
We'll get more interactive, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, showcasing dogs, probably the spring and, spring, summer, and fall of 2025, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I want to showcase the newcomers.
Upcoming.
Yeah. That's the way I want to push now. It's like, AK done did his thing, of course he's still a specimen, but Golden all them done did their thing, but it's time for me to showcase, the up and comers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the upcoming.
Yeah, so that's what I want to do come 2025, and 2025 is my breakthrough year. So you know what I mean? We gonna do what we do. We gonna do what we do. But let's put the topic in the ticker tonight because I wanted to talk about this, and I know that we could all elaborate on this subject matter, and something that I think we should definitely elaborate on. So let me put it in the ticker. You know what I mean? Let
My
that
dog
shit.
bugging out right now, man.
What happened?
Like, all of a sudden now my dog wants to fight me right now.
What, the Frenchie?
Yeah, bark and all this stuff.
Oh man.
She got the toy in front of me. I gave her like this sock and it got like a ball in there. And she like keeps throwing it against my leg. And when I'm talking to y'all, she's like looking at me and barking at me. Like, yo, see? Like, grab it, play.
I done stepped into that short game, y'all. I done got me a little pocket.
All right.
I'll be showcasing her here soon. She also some top lines too.
Okay. Man, when your pit bull coming, knock him down.
You know what, man? They told me 2 weeks ago that she was gonna be here in 2 weeks, man, and then I done. So I guess it took a little bit longer for her to get shipped, but right now she's heading to Spain, and then from there they're gonna be driving here. So they said like 2 weeks, like a couple days ago. So she's gonna be here soon. Hopefully by next month, by Christmas time, I get my present. You know what I mean?
Nice.
That's what's up, man.
What about your Warble?
Yep, I was about to say around the same time I should be getting my Borble. In reality, I'm waiting for because they're in Nigeria, so we got an 8-hour time difference from there and here, right? So it's kind of hard for us to communicate when we're both awake and not at work or whatever. But since I ain't been working lately, I've been waiting for him to get back to me. I got a proposal for him or whatever. I'm sure I could get her down here around the same time, if not sooner, because I found somebody who could go to Canada for me finally. So
nice.
I done got me a transporter now, and it's up from there. So now all I gotta do is just send the rest of the bread, get her shipped. I'm waiting for the vaccines and all that. I think we had to wait for some papers because when you shipping, for overseas and all that, it's a lot more complicated than just buying a dog. You gotta have a whole bunch of certificates and things of that nature.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just waiting on those things right now. We're bypassing all that with the pit bull though, because he knows some stuff. So I like that.
Yeah,
But
no,
the other
he know
guy,
how to get him in. See,
yeah.
those guys from overseas, they know how to, they got people that know how to get it in over here to the US. It's harder for us to get it over there, but they got people to get it here, no problem.
Easy, yeah. So, but the Nigerians, I guess, they're having a little bit more trouble because they didn't know about this new law that just occurred. You can't get the dogs in here until 6 months. So that was the new, little hiccup in the road. But hey, here soon, you guys gonna be seeing that, that overseas blood, that Nigerian blood, and that, that real red boy.
That shit crazy.
Yo, man. What's it?
Knock them down. Like,
That's what's up.
I'm very impressed with what you're doing at a young age and your vision on your dogs and what you got going on. And, you get some top tier DNA to play with, man. So
yes, sir. I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Just make sure that, you think ahead and you make sure that you put yourself in a position where you don't get to lose, like you don't lose your DNA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure you prepare yourself for situations that could happen.
Right.
Make sure that you can prepare yourself to be able to have your dogs, the amount of dogs that you got, and so that you what you spent your hard-earned money on. Because, bro, like at your age with the type of dogs you got, like your program, you're so ahead with your program, brother.
Man, hey, thank Jesus for real.
Like for real, you ahead. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
You in about 5 years, 6 years, bro. Like you be killing the game, man.
Man, I'm trying to say.
I want to encourage you just to think ahead, think about protecting your investment, think about putting yourself in a situation where nobody can take your investment. I'm talking about animal control, neighbors on you, whatever, money. Like, just make sure you prepare for all that, because if you keep at your, at your momentum, at your pace, like your brother, like by the time you know what I mean, like you're 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay, by the time you about 30, bruh,
you're gonna be the man.
I'm be in the bag. I'm trying to be in
the top of the league, man, with what you got going on.
So that's the goal in 10 years. That's what I be telling all the homies. NDO, the one in the chat, Byron. I be telling him that's my kennel partner. I'll be like, man, in 10 years, man, we up there. We're gonna have some top tier blood because we got some of your blood. We got a lot of your blood, coach.
Okay, that's right. Hey, you're not gonna lose with that.
Hey, you feel
Word
me?
up.
Right.
Word up.
Feel me?
No,
But
I,
yeah.
I see your girl over there competing with your boy over there. She always be competing with that nigga, huh?
Oh yeah, that's her best friend. That's the only dog I ever have her around because you know how she is. So he's the only one that could take that energy over here at this time because I got a lot of young dogs. You know, she's the oldest dog on my yard, so that's my only boy. So I'm like, yeah, you know, let me see what you working with. Put her over there, boom, and you know, so I be watching they little pack dynamics, but it's only two of them. I be putting my little puppy in the mix so I could try to get her toughened up, like you know, get in
Yeah,
there, you know. But
Yeah.
felony be dominating on her, so I be having to take her out the mix because I ain't trying to have felony shake her up or nothing like that.
yeah.
Um,
That's smart. That's real
yeah,
smart.
because felony she be looking at her like some prey. I'm like, no, girl, you ain't biting my puppy now.
You smart. That's one thing I never do too. I never put my puppies with the older dogs because, like you said, they'll be cool at one point, but then if that puppy get out of line, when they
They
Yeah,
come,
gonna treat them like they one of the big older dogs.
yes, there you go,
yeah,
young. Exactly. And it's like, damn, they're not trying to hurt her, but because of their size, you can put some damage on your puppy because of that.
exactly. Yeah, so I've been just keeping her around my boy, and like you said, they love to compete. When I could get her to play, because you know she's still adjusting. She's still adjusting. Um, she's still adjusting to the yard. You know, like you were saying, it's the energy on the yard that dogs gotta adjust to when they arrive. And I got that sort of energy like you was talking about. Like I got that kind of like these my babies. I love them, but these my dogs. You know, so they gotta be dogs around here. I'm not
Right.
with none of that soft BS or none of that. I'm
Fact.
all that's I was raised with old heads, so I seen it all. I seen dogs. They ain't lived their whole life on the chain. They ain't never seen light of day. So I seen dogs. I'm like, man, these some dogs right here. So I know how to bring that dog out of them for real and how I want her to be. I'm trying to really by the end of next year, I'm trying to get her on the hog, coach. I'm trying to
I
see what
mean,
she can do
I
because
mean,
she's a little bit older, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer. You know.
she'll. I mean, to be real with you, like that right there, be natural for her, man. Like like that'll be natural for that bitch. That bitch is
Yeah.
bred with dogs that is built for all that.
I might
So,
be I might be giving her a chicken in the next week or so,
ooh, a
just to
live
get
one?
her just to give her a taste. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do to all my dogs. They got to get them a chicken, and that's why I know that they got that drive to go to actually finish something. After that, we'll move on up to raccoons and things of that nature, and until it's a hog in front of us.
Oh, well, then you already know what time it is. Watch what she's gonna tear that damn chicken up.
You gonna love it because
Word.
you gonna get the video first.
Man, please send me that. I already know she's
You
gonna
gonna
tear
like,
that thing up.
oh, yeah,
That's in that DNA, man. That's
that's gonna
deep
be
down
fun.
DNA. Like that's what them dogs was bred for. They bred for that prey drive. You know what I mean? So I already
Yeah.
know what it is with that.
I see how she be looking at these puppies. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get a chicken in front of you. I'm really just trying to get her mind right, that bond right with her first, so that she not, you know what I mean, just so she could be more, close to me.
Yeah,
Cause
how's
right
she
now,
with your girlfriend? She cool with your girl?
yeah, she cool, with my girl. She acts just hell at her way more than me. Tell you that much. I don't know if it's like a female thing or what, but
It is.
I think that's how a lot of the dogs in my yard is. When they get here, it takes them a couple of months to adjust to my energy. Like I said, I'm not all soft to my dogs, so it takes them a little minute to be like, oh, he's not being mean, he loves me, This
Yeah.
is how he is, So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. So you're doing a good job with her, man. I'm glad you got her, and that's gonna be some good DNA for what you got going on in your program, man. So we
Sir.
salute you on that. But hey, let's get into the topic, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So has the American Pit Bull Terrier's image gotten better or worse? This is a question that I'm asking all of you. You know, has it gotten better or worse over time? You know what I mean? Like, what would you guys say on that? Whoever want to elaborate on it first. This is a topic that we can unravel and unravel again and unravel again. Like, What do y'all think? Has the American Pit Bull Terrier's image gotten better or worse over time?
I'll go first. Yeah, I, I'd say it's like it's bad years and then there's good years. It's never like level. It's like a balance, and a lot of people that they just know to say pit bull. The pit bull word as a whole is a bad term that people have elevated into something else. It's not the dog it's per se. It's just
Okay.
that term pit bull.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, young Red.
Right.
Why? Why? Like, why has it?
Because it's easy. Because it's easy to use. It's easy to use it on any level, like to discriminate the breed. It could be a regular dog that's not even a pit bull, and someone is quicker to yell, "Pit bull did it!" Like it's a black person, like a nigga.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
a racial slur.
I agree. I definitely agree.
You got
Based
anything to say, Corey?
off the reputation that the pit bull has gotten over the years, like how us as black men or minorities have gotten over the years. The stereotype of the pit bull has definitely made its reputation, I would agree with you, worse. You know what I mean? Over the years. Now, to elaborate a little bit on what you're talking about, it's not the dog's fault, like you said. It's not the dog.
Nope.
It is the individuals who promote the dog in a certain way. And then, based off of how the dog has been promoted, the people who own the dogs, who are very irresponsible, who have them dogs in situations where they can be compromised to do things that they shouldn't do, like bite people, bite kids, attack your neighbor's dogs or whatever.
Right.
And being that it's a very urban type dog, right? The pit bull has become a very urban popular dog. And in the
Right.
urban communities, okay, people who have these dogs that are urban, a lot of them aren't responsible with these dogs. They just have them in the backyard. They don't interact with them. They might, make them one trick ponies where they're always rough housing them and aggravating them and, making them get on that rah, rah, rah. And then all of a sudden there's an accident that happens. And then because the urban community is the most reported community, right? Because we're always, I'm gonna say we, because I ain't a part of that no more. But that urban community is always reported in the news. Well, guess what? If that dog is the favorite dog, like the lab was for the white community, right? Then guess what's gonna get a bad reputation, a bad image? Is gonna be the pit bull. And it's not the pit bull's fault, at least to me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Anybody else want to elaborate on that?
You got anything to say, Corey?
How I feel is like the people that look at pit bulls, they tend to be skittish. So, from my point of view, I just keep my dogs away from people. So, I mean, I don't nobody, judge them when I'm walking them, nothing like that. People stop and ask me about them all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't say too much. I just tell them, yeah, they're pit bulls. Don't. So it really it don't bother me too much. but like, I mean, if you have them or not, it don't really. I mean, how can I say this? The image, like, I don't want to say like the image is bad, but like, you know, some people going like, just be like, oh, well, they're pit bulls anyway. They're not a poodle, or they're not uh uh Shih Tzu or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't care for it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they look at it as trash anyway. So it's pretty much, we have to look at it as what they are.
Yeah.
Um, so what I have to say about it is, has it gotten better or worse over the years? So since back in the day when they banned, what I mean, what they were bred for, then it's only gotten worse, and it will only continue to get worse over the years until bigger names such as you was on his platform the other week. You said Trevor, yourself, people who have a lot more, reach, until people like you guys are able to showcase, different things. There's other people out here I can't really put a name on, um, can't think of them off the top of my head, but they actually they show these dogs in a different light, like you were saying. The reason why a lot of these dogs are, pit bulls in general have a bad name is because what they were bred for already. They're initially bred for things that a lot of snowflakes are not gonna like, right? So
Right.
we got to think about that, when it comes to the name that they got nowadays, right? So they're already gonna go back to that old, they're fighting dog, this and other, whatever, right? But like they were saying, the umbrella term, a lot of people don't know exactly what a true American Pit Bull Terrier is.
Hmm.
And a lot of people have
Exactly.
never seen a true American Pit Bull Terrier, if we're going to be real. Me
And
growing up in the
they don't
hood,
care if you explain it to them either.
right? And then so like me growing up in the hood, I could say I've seen a lot of pit bulls, right? But were they true American pit bull terriers? Were they true pit bulls? No, they were all
No.
pit bull crosses or bullies, or what I'm saying, things like that. And so the true pit bull, they're naturally, they're naturally people. They're naturally nice. You know what I'm saying? They're not finna just go and bite kids
Like,
in the face,
yeah.
things like that, unless like he was saying, they're put in the wrong people's hands and they don't really understand the breed because they, oh, this is a pit bull and this is what I'm gonna do it or whatever. I want it to be mean, this and other. And then we got to talk about who's really, the not the cause of the problem, but who's continuing the problem with the bad reputation. Is it the buyers or is it the breeders of pit bulls and pit bull mixes and stuff like that, right? Because us as
Hmm.
breeders, we have to let these people know, like how Coach always says, we have to inform people what they get. You know what I'm saying? We have to know this is what this person knows what he's buying. Like I can't be selling a high driven dog like the dogs I got on my yard. I make a breeding. I have to inform everybody. I have to have like some sort of contract put in place before,
Exactly.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is
Exactly.
not a regular dog that you could just go to dog parks with and let dogs hump them and think it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And then so
Facts.
we got to think about that as well. It's
Facts.
like over time, it hasn't been a lot of growth in the community of game dogs or even pit bulls at all. Hasn't been growth in that community itself. So the outsiders, how can there be any growth on the outside if it's no growth itself? You feel me? So like we was talking about that in another episode. We was talking about all the hate and all that type of stuff. We was talking about how a lot of the older, the older heads or whatever, or the older breeders, the ones who been breeding for a lot longer, they don't have any sort of respect for upcomers or any sort of so
Like they
they're less
gatekeeping the
likely,
knowledge.
yeah, exactly, they're less likely to give game
Facts.
off, right? And so when they are less likely to give game off, how are the upcoming supposed to learn? They're supposed to learn themselves. And how we're learning is how they learned back in the days. Our dog might get off and bite somebody, boom boom boom, but back in the days it wasn't as frowned upon as how it is now, right? So over time it's only going to get worse, right? Until there's bigger names that could get bigger reach out there, get millions and millions of people to look and see, like, okay, this dog could be bred to, I mean, not bred. This dog could be trained to, with a lot of hard work and dedication, just like any other dog, to do a real job that's not, violent or,
Dog fighting.
right, yeah,
Right.
dog fighting or
Nothing to
violent
do
or,
with dog.
Man,
anything like that, because they are working dogs at the end of the day, so we can't take too much from their genetics. They're going to be working at, whether it be sports, whether it be, personal protection, whatever. And then like the person in the comments said, Danielle, uh, her and Bully mix always gets mistaken as an American Pit Bull Terrier, and that's because of the lack of knowledge of real American Pit Bull Terriers in the general population. Unless you're a dog man or somebody who grew up around, dog man, you're not gonna really know what a true American Pit Bull Terrier is. Anything you see with apple cheeks, you can be like, oh, that's a pit bull. If you
Yeah.
see apple cheeks, you can be like, oh,
Clip
that's a pit bull.
ears.
You know what I mean? Clip ears, oh, that's a pit bull. So, it's a lot of uneducated people out here
Uneducated.
that's going to continue to make the name or the reputation bad for American Pit Bull Terriers just because of the lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Let me elaborate on what you're saying, man. A big salute to you. Knock them down.
Fact.
This is why today, 2024, that the American Pit Bull Terrier's image, I feel, my opinion, has gotten worse. Okay, because we're going back in time in the days where, let's say, man was bored and they needed to be entertained. The early 1900s, the early 1800s, or whatever, when the pit bulls were pit bulls, and you were out there, whatever, working hard. You didn't have no TV. You didn't really have, y'all might, do a little boxing match here or there, whatever. Y'all might wrestle, whatever men were doing at that time to entertain themselves. You go to the bar, you got these animals, and you had animals that worked. That's what most people did. They had animals, they worked. They worked the farms, they guarded, that's what we had animals for. They were working, either they're gonna feed us or they're gonna work for us. But then you get certain dogs. You see a situation, right? You see a situation a dog get in where they're, adjusting their pack, right? Dogs, they're combative because of a reason. Then they fight and you get entertained by it, right? Back then. Now you see this like, damn, this dog is, now you're starting to, put bets on dogs and shit now because, you done seen a dog whoop about 3 or 4 of your dogs on the yard. Now that becomes a sport for entertainment. Fast forward, you breed them for that, right? You breed them for that type of aggression. You teach them that, school them for that, and then that becomes a bigger sport, and everybody kind of hops on board. And yeah, and then of course it becomes what it is known as the American Pit Bull Terrier. Okay, a fighting dog fighting other dogs. Now that was its origination. I'm sure it originated as a working dog, bull baiting dog, right? I think that's what it started as, a bull baiting dog.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, because of boredom, man made it a fighting dog, a pit dog, right? Now that has become illegal. Okay, and rightfully so. Because I hear some dog men, and I respect some of these dog men too, but they try to compare the pit bulls fighting each other like men fighting each other and stuff like that, and
Gladiators.
and boxing. They try to compare the two as a sport, where it's like, in reality, dogs are pack animals, so they only fight to gain order, right? They only fight each other to gain order. Other than that, they fight for the hunt. They're hunting. They're hunters. In their pack, they're a family.
Yeah.
So we're going against nature's law when we breed these dogs to want to fight each other to the death. That's going against nature.
Yeah.
Going against nature.
Period. Now,
against nature.
Being that we understand this, being that not only are there our dogs, but they are like part of our family, even though they're dogs. Like we said, we know the difference between a human and a dog, but it's our responsibility as their owners, to take care of them. So they're like our family. So because of the history of the dog, the American Pit Bull Terrier, and then what man has transformed them to become, which is fighting amongst each other for sport. They're not fighting because they want to fight. Think about it. The dogs aren't fighting because they want to fight. They're fighting because you bred them and you taught them to fight that way.
And they're going to be loyal to you.
And they're going to be loyal to you. Young ready salute to your family. They're going to do it to please daddy and mommy, whoever's the one that's telling them to do it, the pack leader. If the alpha dog told him to go get that goddamn caribou or whatever, go get that deer, go get that dog's going to do it because it's listening to the alpha. That's this in this genetic. So we are the alpha. The dog wants to impress us, right? So if the dog's like, well, damn, I don't really want to fight this dog, but because you feed me, you love on me, whatever you give me attention, I'm gonna do whatever it's gonna take to please you. So I'll fight. So because of that type of molding over the years, and then because that has changed because of the laws, rightfully so, now the narrative is still that these dogs have to be proven to be American Pit Bull Terriers, game type American Pit Bull Terriers. How is that going to make the image of the dog better in today's society where that's illegal? You can't push that narrative when that shit's illegal now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's illegal.
Makes it a high value target.
You can't push the narrative. So if we're still pushing that narrative, if we are, not us, but let's say in general, as a community,
In general, yeah.
we're still pushing that narrative that these dogs are game. These dogs are, they're whatever that narrative is of the past. The image will never get better because that is frowned upon. That is inhumane to a dog because, like we said, that dog is only doing that because they want to please us.
And the environment they were raised in, like you were saying earlier. For sure. And I feel like one way, like I was saying earlier, that people could try to convert that or switch that over and put it in a different light is, there's a lot of hog hunters using American Pit Bull Terriers now, and that's how they're proving them. It's like, yeah, this is a game dog. Like this dog, go with this, hog for however long I want him to, however long I need him to, whatever. So I feel like that's the way that it could improve or be better or start going in a different direction, and is when they start showcasing that type of thing, or like showcasing they don't gotta say this dog got 1-time win no more, 2-time win no more. It could be like is dog like 3-4 hog and however long. It could be like that type of thing, rather than like like you were saying, how can we prove these dogs if this is frowned upon in this day and age? Like we can't prove. I can't, if I get this game dog from from Italy, I can't go and get this dog proven legally and then like still try to have some sort of name or some type of reputation without people knowing like, oh yeah, he's fighting dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's doing this or doing that. You know what I'm saying? I can't go and get no type of good reputation like how I want. Like I want to be a good reputable breeder who cares about dogs, take care of the dogs, uses them for the purposes, things like that. American Pit Bull Terriers purposes, we all know. You know what I'm saying? So, in order for me to try to put a different light on that name, I'm gonna put her on hogs. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna showcase her being around my pack. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing is what's gonna put a better light on the breed and
I agree.
pit bulls.
I agree. You know what I mean? But see, the keepers of the gatekeepers, like Young Reddy said, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say, "Oh, that's not a game dog. That's not the same. That's not this. It's gotta be that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if those people are still the ones dictating the image of the dog, which is ran to the fucking ground, okay, the lowest of the low, like you said, it's treated like the black man is all around the world is the American Pit Bull, right?
Yeah.
Because the black man is treated like the lowest of all races. Okay, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm a nigga. I already know what time it is. Okay,
Right.
we are the lowest of all races is the black man. Okay, it is what it is. Now the pit bull is that. Now think about how the black man is amongst each other in America. The most killing amongst all races is black on black, is it not?
Yes. Facts.
Okay, so if that's a fact, then we know it. What are the people who have these pit bulls still showcasing or still trying to represent? They're representing the killing of pit bull on pit bull.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's what's cool. That's what's advertised. That's what's talked about still to this day, is that type of image on that particular dog, on the American Pit Bull Terrier. Whereas it's like this dog is just doing it to please the master. And we've genetically shaped it to perform not only genetically in the breeding, but mentally. When you're schooling a dog as an early puppy to be like this, you're modifying that dog as it's born to be a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Knock 'em Down says something that is A1. I agree. If a dog has no drive, prey drive, why don't we, as keepers of the dogs, okay, take that genetic, genotype of this particular American Pit Bull Terrier and put it, like you said, on hunting, like hunting hogs? Because at the end of the day, if that dog was to lose his life hunting a hog, eradicating the hog, giving us food, right? Whatever it's doing as a job, then that's an honorable death.
Yeah,
That's what
honorable. Like
it's legal.
honorable.
Very honorable.
Hogs,
Yes.
hunting for hogs, nothing else. Because if you fighting dogs, that's a 5-year felony.
That's selfish. No, that's selfish. That's selfish.
Yeah.
Indeed selfish. Yeah, indeed selfish.
We do that for our entertainment, not the dog's entertainment. You think the dog want to be hurt and in pain and about the whatever you got to do to bring it back, all the shit for is the dogs doing it for us? No, I mean, excuse me, for themselves? No, they're doing it for us.
For us.
That's selfish on our behalf because we're not the ones getting beat up. You know what I mean? So what you said, Knock 'em Down, is exactly where the narrative should be for these type of dogs. The American Pit Bull Terrier, use them for, like you said, eradicating hogs,
Coons,
whatever. Use it for that purpose because, like I said, if something was to happen, God forbid, where the dog loses his life for whatever reason, then at the end of the day, we don't want it to happen. We didn't put our dog in a situation for that to happen, but accidents do happen. Then, like I said, that's an honorable death. We're doing like how the cops do when a canine officer loses life. You know what I'm saying? We got the 21 gun salute. We got the funeral.
Yeah,
they go hard.
We're doing it on a high level because we got respect for the dog, and not only that, we don't want the dog to die in action. But you put a dog amongst each other to fight 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour to fight to the death until somebody say, we quit. Then you're gonna kill both the dogs for no reason.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not respectable at all when you're sitting there and you let your dog die just to flex dead game and like, buy this son off from his dead game, his father's dead game. I think that's really I think that's not respectable. And I love dogs. I love American Pit Bull Terriers. I love the history on American Pit Bull Terriers, but I still don't think that's respectable to sit there and watch your dog die to just flex like, yeah, this is dead game, man. He went out biting. Nah, bruh. Nah. Stop this. Give me my dog. We're going home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. That's not cool. But it does give us everything though in these dogs nowadays, fast forward, all that work and all that, all that pressure that was put on all them dog men back then, it's all coming forth nowadays because now we got the opportunity to really put a different light on these dogs, especially how dogs is still a growing industry and it will forever be a growing industry because there's always new breeds coming out, getting registered, getting acknowledged by registries and things of that nature. And then like how you always say we pioneers, right? So the things that we trying to do, and we adding the pit bull in there, and then these dogs that we added a lot of pit bull in there, right? These dogs come out being the greatest livestock guardian dogs, the greatest cattle dogs, the greatest type of, hunting dogs as far as, hunting coyotes, whatever it may be, hogs, coyotes, coons, whatever it may be, personal protection dogs. And then once we do, start getting into the clientele of sporting dogs and things of that nature, those are the ones that's going for 20,000. Those are the ones that's going for, 50,000. So once we can use the American Pit Bull Terrier to bring light to different breeds and bring light to, you know. So yeah, look at this American Pit Bull Terrier cleaned up the poodle, like you said earlier. I'm just using a reference, like, you know, oh, you know, this American Pit Bull Terrier and a poodle cross, and look how much cleaner this poodle's looking and acting, and look how much more focused it is, and look how much more better it could work, things of that nature. You know what I mean? That's how, you know, we got a lot more opportunity now with it being like the way that social media is nowadays. Back then, they didn't have. I don't even think they had the opportunity to really put a different type of light on these dogs if they wanted to, because they didn't have the reach. They didn't have the opportunity to, you know.
Exactly.
Like
Yep.
Tom Garner, he's done switched up. If y'all know who Tom Garner, he's still on Instagram, all that. He's one of the biggest dog man.
Yeah.
And he done switched up his whole thing. He not showcasing nothing like that no more.
Well, see, Tom Garner already been, you know, Tom Garner already been
Top
to the
line.
L, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Top line.
You know, so he done, you know, he already been
He's
arrested.
been through it.
He already learned his lesson.
Word.
You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I mean?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that, but
Hell yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he learned his lesson a long time ago.
But he's still breeding his dogs though.
They also said that Tom Garner is a snitch though too.
You said what?
He done,
Yeah,
he done,
right.
he done told to, you know, that's why
Oh, he a
did.
rat?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, well then,
Fat
hey,
Bill.
Yeah,
forget I brought him up then. Forget I brought him up.
They said that he told on Fat Bill.
That's crazy.
See.
Yeah, man. But
That's
again,
wild.
but hold
But
on.
you see why he did it though, right? So his dogs are being shown more on the back.
Tom Garner, I heard that Tom Garner always had a lot of money too. So, you know, when you got money, you know, you can play the game accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works when you're dealing with the law. You know,
Oh yeah, you right. You right, Willin. Hey, forget I even brought him up then. It was just you know.
But hold on, knock him down. We're not gonna knock Tom Garner for who he is as a dog man. You know what I mean? We will
It's
never
about
do
the
that.
dogs, word.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
about the dogs. What he does
Yeah.
as a man is different than what he does with the dogs. So we're
As a
gonna give
dog
him
man.
we're gonna give him his flowers when it comes to
Yeah.
his dog, because he is top tier when it comes to an American Pit Bull Terrier. He's still last. He got a dope ass program, dope ass yard. So we're not gonna take no credit from him and his program. But at the same time, you know, if you out there dancing with the devil, you know what I mean, accept your fate.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
We gotta
Part
the
of it,
captain
man.
gotta go down with the ship. You can't jump off to another ship, man. That's crazy. Now
But you know,
I don't respect that stuff, but I do respect him as a dog man, like you were saying. I do
right.
like his you know, the things that he's done for American Pit Bull Terrier and things of that nature. I don't know about none of that rat stuff. I ain't with none of that, but I do like, you know, his program and how he still conducts his program. Even like I was uneducated on him getting caught up or whatever, you know, but you know, he still conducts it in a way that, you know, it'd be families that could go and buy an American Pit Bull Terrier from him. Be like, yeah, this could be a good dog to, you know what I mean, work the farm and things like that, you know, because that's kind of like the clientele that the American Pit Bull Terriers should kind of, you know, push for, is the ones who's going to be out there in the field working dogs, doing this, doing that, you know. That's kind of where I feel like it went wrong, and it's been going wrong, is a lot of American Pit Bulls, you know, they end up in the wrong hands, in the wrong type of families' hands, you know, like the suburban type
Yes.
families who don't really understand. They got a lot of little, you know, Yorkies running around in other neighbors' yards, and they don't understand prey drive, and they don't understand, you know, things of that nature.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Everything he said is A1 with this. You know what I mean? So, like for me, right? Yeah, like why I decided to scrap my regular pit bull program. You know, like me starting with the pit bulls, me trying to breed my own variants of a pit bull, me dealing with the pit bull market, me, you know, getting on social media, following all these different pit bull enthusiasts and people who so-called claim that they're, you know, the authority in pit bulls, and is hearing this old ass narrative and seeing the like we talk about with the community itself, seeing the disruption and the hate, you know, and the machismo, and they claim it's about the dogs, but it's about you know, it's about individuals, and it's not about the dogs. You know what I mean? Also see that people are living in the past because they can't live that anymore. So then they making dogs be dogs of 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and that is not the dog of today. You know what I mean? Like there's
No
no
fact.
there's no way unless you are just breeding the same brother and sister, brother and sister, brother and sister, brother and sister. There's no way, okay, that you can get a dog that, let's say they go Eli, whatever these type of dog, old ass dogs are, Mayday, Debo, Chinaman. Unless you inbreeding them dogs, they're no longer them dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not them dogs no more
It's
at
just
all.
a fact. Okay.
1% bolio.
Yeah, if that.
No, that's facts, bro.
But see, because that's the only type of way that they can sell an image that's not today, right?
Yeah, it's
You
the
can
only
sell
way.
an image based off of what the past was, which those dogs were in the pit doing that. They were selling off of that because that's what they were buying, right? And those dogs, they was buying those pit dogs because they was using for that. Now those dogs aren't those dogs. Now, if they are those dogs, then they need to be whatever that dog is that's in the pit.
Yeah.
So whatever that dog is in the pit at 2024, if you're still doing that digital underground, okay, and that dog is a champion, whatever you want to call it, if that's what you're doing, then you need to be selling the dogs based off of that dog, not, oh man, this is a fucking Mayday dog, because
Yeah, that's
everybody
facts.
the Mayday dog, this is a Bolio Tombstone dog,
Yeah.
this is Eli Carver dog. Like, what? Them dogs is done. Them dogs is in
Dead.
the dirt,
Yeah.
And we
nigga.
can understand more what you're saying when we look at how you got AK from a top breeder and he's famous now off of himself. He's AK, you know what I'm saying? He's not
Correct.
Gunner's son, so we can understand what you're saying just by looking at you and how you conduct, you know what I'm saying, your dogs off of top blood. So that's definitely true. I'm taking notes.
Well, I mean, we, as I said, we in a classroom. And being that I'm older than most of you guys, I mean, Young Ready, he right behind me, but I'm older than most of you guys on here. So I got to deal with reality. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with what's real, not what I think based off of what I hope, based off of what the market's going to buy. I got to say, okay, if I had a dog from 20 years ago, unless I got that dog semen and I breed it to a bitch I got in 2024, then I can say I got Mayday semen or I got Bolio semen, whoever them dogs are, that dog, that is that dog. I took that dog to my 2024 fucking bitch. Boom, now I got me a motherfucking Bolio dog.
Exactly.
Now I got me a Mayday dog because that's, like you said, that's 50% Mayday. That's 50%. That dog is pure. Okay. Now, then I take them dogs and then I inbreed them, and then I can say that until that dog finally breaks apart. If I'm not inbreeding like that, I'm taking cousins, uncles, great nieces, and I'm still trying to call it a Mayday dog. Nigga, please, it don't work that way.
Nah.
But because of how, let's say with the pit bulls, because of what the nostalgia of what them dogs used to be, and people are still trying to sell them as what they today, you're creating a narrative of the dogs that is not popular in the reputation, in the image of the breed today. Like them dogs, if you're known to breed them type of dogs, and then you're actually using them type of dogs for that, you're gonna get a knock on the door from animal control and the police department.
Yep.
Liability.
If you're known for that, they're coming, they're knocking on your door. Now, why do we want to still promote them dogs as that? You're not getting no money for them. The bullies that are, their prices went down. We know that. But the bullies, right? They was getting more money than them damn pit bulls.
The top blood too.
Yeah, the top blood getting big bread.
Scatterbred bullies at that.
Scatterbred, mixed breed, all the shit.
All that. That's big facts. Yeah. And it's because of the community though. You see what I'm saying? Like that community they stuck in that same mindset, that old school mindset, like, oh, a real game dog only costs $100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sort of stuck in that same mindset, like, oh yeah, this is a real game dog. You know what I mean? This dog costs you $1,200. Boom. Now you got you a quote unquote real Mayday dog for $1,200, and now you in the game. So that's kind of the mindset. That's the community. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it the breeders or is it the consumers?
It's the
'Cause
breeders.
I think it's the breeders that's causing all the problem with every breed and every dog. It's the breeders, and because the consumers only like what we could put out, right? So if I never made this dog, if I never made a big rope Frenchie before, then how would they ever know what a big rope Frenchie is, right?
Correct.
So
If I wasn't marketing these dogs as game, pit dogs, kill dogs, 5-time champions, proven, then you wouldn't, you would just buy the dog because it's a dog.
right, like
Exactly.
that shit.
Because I'm marketing an image, and you're still buying into it because of the community tells you if it ain't doing this and ain't doing that, it ain't no real pit bull. Then you get it and you actually fucking believe you can still do it, and then you find your ass up there getting arrested and all your dogs taken. Then what?
Exactly.
Then niggas turn to Tom Gardeners and start talking.
Well, I mean, most the niggas is
That's
always
crazy,
snitching is in right now, so niggas definitely gonna, you know what I'm saying? They definitely.
man. I can't imagine being in that crowd right there. That dog community crowd, that's the community I first hopped in when I got in a dog game. And it was kind of such a toxic crowd. I was like, damn, I can't even enter into get to talking and stuff like that. It's so toxic. Everybody, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, your dog ain't this, your dog ain't that. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's what they say. You know what I mean? Like, okay, for example, like you mentioned AK, right? So I came in the game, me, Pioneer. I get a dog from overseas, not from America, and it turns out to be who he is, AK, the freak of nature. And I campaign him as a double XL pit bull. There ain't no such thing as a double XL pit bull. Oh man, you are capping. All your dog is a fucking band dog. All your dog. That means anything and everything for what it is. I never said that nigga was a pit bull.
Right.
I said he was a double XL pit bull. Was there double XL pit bulls back when Mayday was alive? No, it was Mayday. He was damn near what they would call an XL pit bull at that time,
Yeah,
but he wasn't classifying him as an XL. He was saying it's a pit bull. You know what I mean? That's what
yeah.
Victor was calling his dog. It's a pit bull. But that dog, Mayday, they said he was 75 pounds off the chain.
75.
Off the chain.
That's not
That's
even
what
in the
Mayday
standard no
was.
more.
So
Yeah,
that would be
right.
an XL pit bull because that's above the standard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, he became who he was, and they knew how to condition him and get him right and find a weight and a date and all the shit they needed to do. And then he became, who he is, a legend. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they would say, I'm sure they would tell Victor, oh man, that dog's too big and he ain't no pit bull. Oh, that
It's
dog look like
gay.
this one dog, he ain't no pit bull. So it's like, I'm not gonna let you spectators, like I say, tell me what my dog is or isn't. You know what I'm saying? You can stay and follow the old. You can follow the 1970, 1980 blueprint all you want to, but it's 2024. It's 2023. It's 2020. Whatever year it is, it's now. How many people is claiming a old school is brand new? Think about it.
Real.
Think,
Not real shit.
ain't nobody saying the old school is brand new. It might be a refurbished old school that's like new, but it's not brand new. It's old school. That's what you say. Oh, that's an old school. What year is that? That's 1975. This 1964 Impala. Whatever. 1969 Chevy. Whatever. We're not claiming the dogs that's born in 2024 is 1970 dogs.
Right.
But in the pit bull community, for some reason, they still claiming dogs that's born today is 1990 Mayday dogs. With the same type of performance drive that was bred in them back in the 90s. Nigga, please stop it. Stop. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, that shit is bullshit.
At all makes any sense. However, this is the reason why I would say, in my opinion, that it hasn't gotten better. It's gotten worse. Niggas is still getting busted for the same old shit.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And then when we hear about the dogs, they still talking about what they used to do, fighting. How are we going to change the narrative of the pit bull if we still talking about what they was doing back in the 90s, back in the 80s, back in the 70s? How are we going to change the image? It's like if we as dog men or dog women want to preserve the breed, we need to we need to revamp the image. We need to promote, like you were saying, knock them down, hog hunting and all that type of stuff. We need to promote it in that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Promote them that way. Promote them if you want to take them to the, confirmation shows, if that's what you want to do. But these are performance dogs. So any type of performance sports that you can get your dogs into, whether it be Schützen, whether it be, wall climb, whatever, all those performance type things, you know what I mean? What's that dock jumping and all that stuff? Whatever it is, performance based, put that dog in that.
And wall jump and that wall leap.
Oh, that wall climb.
Wall climb.
Wall climb, yeah.
And then what's the other one?
One of that treadmill race or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the lower coast.
The lower course. Yeah.
Lower course. Anything to promote the breed into something positive where people can see it in a different light. And then not only that, right? So I had a bitch, right? Her name is Buffy. And she would see kids as prey because of their height.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because she looked them in the eye. So she thought she would do that. But I saw it early. I had her crate trained, and I would see how she would lunge at kids that would come around the kennel. So I would see her do it. I'm like, oh shit. But I paid attention to her. It's like, he's sweet amongst humans, but kids, she sees him as prey. Now, because of this, I knew that, okay, she still got that, she still got that DNA that, anything at a level that's eyeing her in a certain type of way, she won't challenge it. It's in her DNA. You know what I mean? It's bred in her. But I knew at the end of the day, I couldn't have that type of energy in her offspring because now I got a liability on her. Now, if I sell you a dog that sees your child as prey, you're like, damn, Coach, what you something this damn dog trying to check my damn child?
Yeah.
And this is how these things happen. These accidents happen where kids are getting mauled, people are getting bit. Like, these dogs are unstable mentally because of how they were bred, how they were raised. And we have to change that image. Okay? But it starts with us as far as people who have these dogs. We got to promote them in a different light. I don't allow my dogs to, have pack disagreements that don't reconcile.
Right.
I don't allow that. Some people might allow that because, they think it's cool or whatever. Oh, this dog is, some people might allow that because of what they think these dogs should be. Now, if you love your dogs, like most of us do on this chat and this live, we love our dogs. And then not only that, when they're injured, you have to pay for the repairs.
Yes, that sucks.
That hurts your pockets. That hurts you emotionally. Mm-hmm. Right? Then it'd be like, it's not that cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not that cool anymore when you see your dogs get down and then you have to pay for the aftermath. Okay? Not cool, you know what I'm saying? This is not for me. Now, if I see my dogs want to protect, if I see them want to go after prey, then I get it because that makes more sense to me. Okay? You're doing something to protect me or protect the pack, but going against your brother and you trying to kill him, we don't, nah, that's not the energy that I want to portray in this pack. So I shift that. You know what I'm saying? I shift that energy. You know what I'm saying? Versus promoting like, yeah, this dog, man, you bring your dog over here, watch what happens. Nah, nigga. We ain't doing that. Big Duro, man, what's good with you, fam?
Coach, what up, baby? What's going on?
Man, man, get
What's
up in
up,
here,
guys?
man.
What's
Man,
good? What's
get up in
good?
here and cook, nigga.
You know, I like the topic on hand because it's kind of like what I was saying before. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though these guys, they breed these dogs and inbreed them and inbreed them and inbreed them, and the motherfuckers get crazy. The motherfuckers don't look good no more. So I'm gonna say the image got worse from the pit bull, the true American pit bull terrier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it fell in the hands of some wrong people. You know what I'm saying? Some people got it, and I totally agree. When I came in, Coach, you was cooking, and you were saying like, they talking about 70 shit when Mayday was alive and shit. You know, you breed that shit, breed that shit, breed that shit. 20, what's this? 2024,
Yep.
2025. That shit ain't Mayday no more, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an inbred. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really that no more. And that's why I said, man, I feel like the American Pit Bull Terrier is dying in a lot of ways, man, because you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I love my man AK. And you know what I'm saying? That's why I love us that want to create other things, because it's like, when you fall in love with that pedigree and that's all you care about is that pedigree, you don't really care about the dogs. It fuck up the image for people that
Mm-hmm.
really got that dog, that really got that blood, that really got whatever they, you know what I'm saying? It fucks it up. It just takes everything away from it. Cause you only think it one sided. You think, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I run this back to this. You know what I mean? This is his belly mate sister and his cousin. And you're like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, after a while, bro, how many times you gonna do that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're not thinking how,
55.
like how like I think of myself, like, so especially with with my kennel name Formula One, like I consider myself like an engineer when it comes to dogs. Every year, if I'm the head engineer of a race team and we won the championship in 2024, right? Because my engineer team, we put together the best car, we got the best driver, everything's boom, we won. Now I know my competition is going to learn because they're gonna watch the tape, they're gonna probably get some information on what I did, and then they're gonna mimic it. So then if I stay the same as I was 2024, somebody's gonna pass me in 2025.
Yeah.
That's facts. Okay. Now watch this. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight, which y'all probably already know. But the OGs before social media, before people was in their backyard and their recipes, they knew this when they was making their game dogs. They was mixing dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that they had to make better. Now, if all you had was what you had, because you was poor, you was in the mountains, you was a hillbilly, whatever you was, you had a selected small gene pool, then that's all you're gonna do is inbreed, inbreed, inbreed. But those OGs who bumped their heads on those crosses that they would call the battle crosses, they knew that those crosses was what was making their dogs very competitive and making them dogs next level. They knew it was the crosses.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the inbreeding. Now, if you want to believe that, that's up to you. That's up to you, whatever. That's not, but we in the classroom. Okay. I'm the coach. I'm in the lab. I be cooking dogs. I be cooking. I be mixing and matching and all the shit. I inbreed. I do all the shit. So I get to see what is what. I see what outcrossing do.
Yeah, and to backpack off of what you were saying, me after I'm young, so I done did a lot of the studying of the pedigrees, just because of the reputation that the pedigree got in the community nowadays. Like if you don't got a pedigree, you don't got nothing. That's kind of what it's like. It's kind of what it's
Yeah,
put out
it
to
is
be.
kind of like that.
It's kind of like, that's how it's like portrayed to be. Like if you ain't got no pedigree, then you ain't got shit. I don't want to look at your yard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then with me coming in the game with a backyard bred dog, I'm from the backyard. I ain't got no pedigree. I'm gonna show you what I got, and that's what I have. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? And I've never been the one to, try to, oh, this dog got this dog in the pedigree, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna mention that just because I understand, consumers, right? But
Right.
at the same time, what I was about to say to piggyback off what you were saying, with the outcross situation, a lot of the best bred dogs and the top performing working dogs were they were bred off of line bred dog to an outcross, and that was the ones that usually produce the best dogs. Um, and that's what I want to do on most of my breedings is a line bred dog, in some way to an outcross of a somewhat of a scatterbred dog, and those ones tend to produce the best dogs. If you go back and look at all your top dogs, all your favorite, top American Pit Bull Terriers, you could either see that they themselves was off of that sort of line breeding or that sort of breeding, line bred dogs to an outcross, or their parents were off of that sort of breeding, a line bred dog to an outcross. A lot of them that were the top, 10 wins, things like that, they were the, products of those type of breedings. So that was just a backpack off of what you were saying. Them outcrosses is really where it's at, just based off of the research I've been doing for the past, 5 years or whatever. I've been researching dogs. That's what I've seen too. I definitely seen that, and that's what I want to implement into my yard. Is the line bred to an outcross, and outcrossing is always gonna, produce that hyper vigor, like you say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got like a question. You know, like what the hell? What does a pedigree really mean?
Mean. Ha.
24.
I can
Yeah,
answer that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, okay. The value of a pedigree, especially for us who breed, right, is to understand the genetic mathematics of what was, not
Amen.
what is.
Right.
We don't know what we're going to produce. Okay. God only knows that. We can have an idea with the lab notes, but we don't necessarily know, right? Until the dog comes out. We
Mm.
judge dogs, our pedigree. However, genetically, mathematically, right? Because mathematics is right. What they would say, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. Okay. So mathematically, if we look back in time and we look at the genetics, if you understand at least 3 generations back, top and bottom, meaning sire, dame, right? You understand the genetic characteristics of mom, mom, great grandmom, dad, great granddad, great grand. If you understand the genetic pattern at least 3 generations back, as you assess what you produce, you can mathematically understand what you have as you watch the dog develop and show you all 3 of those dogs if you can. Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the reason for the pedigree. Not for us to go back fucking 10, 15 years and think that those dogs are still playing today. Do a
Word.
damn
No,
lot. Do
no.
a damn lot.
So I get that, right? But I'm saying for the consumer, when you now I know for us or people that's breeding, you look at it and you say this is what you got. Oh man, this dog is in the blood. Okay, cool. But I'm saying for the average consumer, when you buy dogs and you get your paperwork, and because everybody, first thing people ask, people don't even women be asking, they don't even know what the fuck, they don't even know how to read the pedigree. They be asking, yo, you got papers, right? So what I'm
Sales
saying,
pitch.
the average the average consumer,
Carrot.
what the fuck does a pedigree really mean right now in
I feel
2020?
like
More
I feel like I got
value.
an answer for that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's what I was about to say. It's more value on the dog because when you know this dog's lineage, this dog came from, some people who were actually, putting this stuff together on purpose rather than a backyard bred dog like myself. If I were to go to this dog and I'm asking my boy, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't know, like I know, luckily I got my dog from backyard breeders who just didn't paper their dogs, right? But they know all the lineage, right? But if he didn't, I'd be like, okay, so this dude's kind of just like throwing shit together. Like I don't know what I'm really finna get out of this puppy, even though I'm not planning on breeding them. I kind of still want to know, like, do you know the dad? Do you know the mom? How is the dad like? How is the mom like? So I can kind of have an idea of how my dog's gonna be when he does mature. And I remember asking those type of questions before I even got into breeding. Like, how is the mom? How is the dad? How's the dad act? How's the mom look? How's the dad look? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So like Coach was saying, it just adds more value on that dog. Because if you don't know these parents or you don't know the parents, then that's like, okay, I don't even want this dog from you. I don't even know what I'm really finna
Yeah,
get. You know what I mean?
I get it. I
That's where
do.
I feel like the value lies. Is if
But
you know what you breeding, you could put that out like, yeah, this that pedigree. I don't care much about it, but every dog in that pedigree was top tier, and now this is what they producing. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you got it if you want it. Things like that. I feel like that's what a pedigree is in 2024. It's just it's like a
Name brand.
playbook. Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
like you could look back and like a play by play. Like, okay, this made this made that. Boom. Okay, I understand why this dog acts like this. I understand why this dog does this or has this sort of drive, things of
right.
that nature.
Nah,
Yep.
I get that.
It's like
But
going to Foot Locker and you'd be like, yo, let me get those Jordans, right? And then you go to Payless and you be like, yo, what are those? And you don't
But
know
see,
what those do. They just
but
look
I'm ready.
weird and shit.
Let me elaborate on that. Okay. So, like you said, with the Jordans, right? All they
Yeah,
do is take that original blueprint and duplicate it.
Yeah.
Unless you cloning the dog, it's not a duplicate. You
right.
follow what I'm saying?
yes,
So what you saying makes sense, but the reality of what it is with dogs that don't make sense, even though the consumer don't know no better. See, the consumer don't know no better because see, look, back when I was early bird in the dogs, and I bought my backyard dogs with no papers, and then I finally bought my dogs with papers. It was the clout of, hey, does your dog have papers? That was like you flexing on your homeboys who bought the
right.
dogs with no papers back in the day. That's how it
Yeah.
was, right?
Back in
Yes.
the day, yeah.
Okay, now that I become a breeder, now that I know the truth about most of these breeders being liars, paper hanging. Now that I understand, I look at my paperwork and let's say I might know some of the dogs from 10 generations back, and I'm seeing that I'm not getting those genetic characteristics. And it's like, you know what? This paperwork is bullshit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, that's what I was getting to though, coach. That's
That
why I
was
said in 2024, what does it mean? Because it's been so many people that been paper hanging for the last couple of years because the UKC was recognizing the American Bully as the pit bull, right? So you
Right?
got so many people that was penciling in shit, saying, "Oh yeah,
My wife.
you know, I got this, I got this, I got that. I got Bully Blue Giants, I
Whenever.
got this blood." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how the fuck? I just don't see that as a selling point no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how the fuck you really know that that's what's in your dog now?
You don't
Just
know.
how
Don't.
watered down that shit is.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
You don't.
That's my point. Like, what does it matter now with the papers? I just think it's just so fucking like overrated now. You know what I'm saying? Over exaggerated now. Like, I get it. Like, you get to see the lineage and all that. I get that. I'm trust me. I feel that. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You look at the paperwork and you say, man, like, but what if this dog ain't really in that dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if a motherfucker really somehow down the line lied and shit? You know what I'm saying? Just because they wanted to have that selling point and say that, oh, you know what I'm saying, Formula One K9s, this came off, this right here is off of AK
That
47.
clout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. And if you know the head of that kennel club or whatever that whatever kennel paperwork, whoever runs it, you know what I mean, they'll change it up for you too.
That's a fact.
mm-hmm.
That's
That's
a fact.
crazy.
So,
Just
So
to make the
so
deal.
that's what I was saying. Like, it now I just think what you have is what sells now. You see that big dog, you see that big body, you see that big
Yep.
head, you see
Yep.
that structure. I think that's what sells the dogs now more so.
Yep. That's
Yo, I got
that's
AKC, I got UKC, I
that
got
shit don't matter no more.
exactly.
This shit don't really this shit don't matter. When you see A and B and then it turn into C, then you already No.
Nah,
It go
real
hand in
talk.
hand in hand.
Nah, real. Because I used to think it was all about AKC. None of these American bullies was
Yeah.
recognized as AKC.
Mhm.
Exactly.
No, they
Man,
weren't.
ABKC.
they don't
Like,
even accept that shit.
yeah.
So,
So
coach, let me ask you a question,
go
coach.
go ahead.
Like
No, go
that
ahead.
joint's not even real.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
spending mad money on something that's not even real.
That's not. Let me ask you a question, coach. So, I get a dog from you, coach. I buy a puppy from you off the litter that you have. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you do contracts with your dogs, or once I pay, like once a consumer, once I pay off the dog, it's mine?
Well, when you pay the dog, it's definitely yours, but I'd give you a puppy contract. Everybody who actually buy a dog from me get a
Mhm.
puppy contract.
Okay, so once I sign that contract, I can say this is Dororicio's AK Chopper Part Two, right? I could say that, right? Or would you be like, hold on, you didn't produce that dog? Which one?
Nah, so what I normally do, let's say for example, I give you paperwork with the dog, I'll put like on the paperwork, I'll write on the paperwork Formula One. All right, let's say Formula One canines on that bitch.
Uh huh.
Now, when you get it, you can put it'll say Formula One canines, and then you'll say Duro Riccios, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, like for example, when I got AK says, I think it says Lions Lair. He put Lions Lair on the paperwork, so now it's Lions Lair Harris's, because that's my last name,
Hmm.
AK-47 Chopper. That's how I name all my dogs.
Okay.
So that dog, I didn't produce AK, so he made sure that his name is on AK,
Right.
which I would never take credit for a dog I never produced. But at the
Right.
same time, that's what breeders do. They'll put their name or their kennel name on it, and then you'll be able to put whatever you want to put after that.
Yeah,
Ah,
like how I introduce my dogs that I buy from kennels or get from kennels, right? I would say this is Formula One Canine's felony of FFK, which is functional focus kennels, right? That's my brand or whatever, and so that's kind of how I say that. It's kind of like how Coach was saying, like you buy a dog, you be like, this is Formula One Canine's, Zeus, of Dory, so kennel type stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. So what if Doro sells me that dog? What what do I have to put all those names to? And
Nah,
then
that at
Nah,
mine?
that point, that's Doro's production.
that's Duro.
Ah,
Yep.
So whoever the female's dog, so usually how it goes is like, say I buy a stuffy, right? Say I buy a stuffy off Coach, that's my production. Even though I'm using Coach's blood, that's my bitch, right? That's my female, my bad. So I'm using, his blood, and that's my production, right? I could put my name on those puppies, right? That's how
right.
that usually goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm. All
That's
right.
exactly how it goes.
That's exactly how it goes. Yep.
Okay. So, because I had, I didn't produce Pretty Boy Bang, right? And but I put Dororicio's Pretty Boy Bang because that's my dog. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Right.
saying? I never
Yeah.
said produce here.
Nah, but that's gonna make people believe that you produce them now.
Ah.
With you
Which is
having your name
fine.
in front of them, it's okay though. You know what I'm saying? If the person who you bought the dog from don't care, it don't matter.
It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
that too.
really, I really wouldn't give a fuck if he had a problem with it. But I'm
yeah,
just
it
saying,
don't matter.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm just saying, like, why would that even bother you though? You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's your production. And if
Right.
that production ends up famous, say AK, right? So
Yeah,
AK, right? AK ends up famous, right? So
yeah.
now say Lions Lair was out still, and he like, oh, now that AK famous, he came off Gunner, right? And that's
Uh-huh.
my shit. So now I want everybody to come from off his to my shit, right? So I'm gonna make sure that there's a contract in place saying, you know what I mean, that this is my dog from my product, whatever. And it ain't even gotta be like that. It could also just be like, I want my name to be on my production. Like me personally, anything off my yard is gonna be leaving with my name on my production, right? So like
Right.
that's FFK of Doriso, Kennel, right? Mauricio Kino, right? So that's how it's gonna be for any production of mine. Like anything off my yard, I need that credit for that dog, right? Because that was my cook up, right? So that's kind of how
Gotcha.
that is. It's like that's why I would care if somebody would take my dog and be like, oh, this is this is my dog, this is my, and
Like
then people like,
giving
oh,
them they
who
flowers.
he off of, and then that's when people get the paper hanging when they like, oh yeah, this is my production, and then like,
Yep.
oh yeah, this is off my yard, this kind of. That's when people really get
Kind
the
of like
paper
you
hanging.
giving them they flowers and shit.
That's kind of
Well,
what it is. Like when I introduce
Yeah.
felony and I say this is Formula 1 K9's felony, I'm giving all the credit and flowers to Coach, saying
Oh,
this is his production and he blessed me with this production. So it's of FFK. This is felony of FFK because she's on my yard, so she's of FFK, right? So she's still a part of my yard, but she's not from my yard. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like she's on my yard. She didn't come from my yard.
Yeah.
and just like you said, knock them down. So, for example, let's say Lions Lair, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
of course, Gunner is not a Lions Lair production. That's Crack Kennel production, right?
Right.
Okay. Spade is not a Lions Lair production. That is what they call Unleashed production, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you understand foundation genetics and you say, okay, I like Lions Lair, but I really want to get further behind where Lions Lair got their blood, then you would go, let's say if I really wanted dogs like Gunner, then I wouldn't go to Lions Lair, I'll go to Crack Kennel.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Where he was produced, yeah.
Right.
So that's why breeders do that, because if, for example, if you wanted a dog like AK, right, and AK wasn't producing himself, thank God he produces himself, because you won't be able to go back to Lions Lair and get an AK. Okay,
Right.
because that's not how he was bred. He wasn't bred like that.
Right.
However, if you are like new to dogs and you're like, well, damn it, I want what Coach got, then you would probably go and buy a dog from Lions Lair because you really want an AK, even though you could get it directly from AK's fucking semen because he's the dog that you want.
Right.
But because us breeders know this, it just puts a tag. It's like you just tagging your dog, because then 9 times out of 10, people are like, oh, yo, who produced AK? Well, I'm gonna tell you who produced some Lions Lair. You're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna need to buy a dog from Lions Lair. Then you go holler at Lions Lair and they hit you with that motherfucking $12,000, $15,000 price. You're gonna
You gonna come they're gonna come back holler at you.
And then on top of that, once you
holler
find
at me,
out,
right?
Yeah, they gotta come back.
Yeah.
You got to come back and holler at me.
and
Now
then once
you
you
got
find out that those dogs ain't even produced by Lions Lair, you're gonna try to go to whoever produced those dogs, right? So
Right.
But
that's
see,
just, yeah.
this is the point I'm telling you guys. Okay, this is the point. So, for example, when I bought AK, you know what I mean? Shout out to Greg from Crack Kennel. He reached out to me. He hit me up instantly in the DM. Hey man, I'm the one that produced Gunner. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? And he was a brother. You know what I mean? Boom, we built our relationship right there, right? However, he was like, hey man, if you ever want, dogs like Gunner, man, I'm, shit, how much you charge? I said 12 grand. He said, man, I would have charged you fucking 5. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. So anyway, he breaking bread with me, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew I bought that motherfucker. But at the end of the day, for me, because I've been buying dogs, I didn't just buy the dog because of Gunner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have bought the dog just because of Gunner, even though I love Gunner and to what he looked like. I bought AK because of Gunner and Spade.
Right.
So my boy Greg, he couldn't give me the Gunner and Spade combo. So I wouldn't have bought a dog from him.
Right.
Nothing against what he produced, because he produced great dogs, but I wasn't just looking for an AK. I wanted an AK mixed with Spade. So I could only get an AK from Lions Lair. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say you as a dog man who understands dogs and you're buying genetics, I'm just not going to just buy a dog off of one dog. Some people do that. I used to do that with a rookie when I was new to dog DNA, but then I understood how important both dogs were, the mom and the dad. So I need to make sure that the mom is what I want and the dad, because I want the combo. You see what I'm saying? And that's why
facts though.
to get a dog like AK. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got an eye on you, coach. I was looking at Spade, and I see that. I think that Spade threw her front on AK, and AK got gunner size. That's what I look. That's what I was looking at.
Okay, watch this. You correct on the front. You correct on the front, but watch this. Okay. AK got Spade's size because Gunner is not as big as Spade. Gunner,
Really?
no.
That's
Gunner,
crazy.
Gunner is thicker, right? And now how Lions Laird had Gunner, he had Gunner at the most condition ever. Because when he got him from Greg, right? When he got him from Greg, Greg didn't have him conditioned and shredded up like how Lions Laird had him. Okay. He was thick, almost like his daddy was. You know what I mean? Like his daddy, King Murdoch.
Yeah, that
Okay.
motherfucker thick.
Real thick, kind of like bully type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's
real
how
bully.
Gunner was going over there to the UK. But then, Simon, he really into it conditioning his dog. So he had that boy looking like Bruce Lee and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, Gunner has the phenotype that I like. Spade has the height and the size that I like, right? And then, of course, I know the other dogs behind her, too, why AK got a size. Now, AK is bigger than Spade and bigger than his daddy, okay? But see, AK got his daddy phenotype, but got his mama size, if that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
But like
didn't.
I
I didn't
said,
know that Spade was bigger. That's crazy.
yeah, that's a big ass bitch. That's why that's why I had to get her. I mean, that's why I
Makes
had
it
to
way
get that.
better.
Because I knew that Spade was going to give me that. Remember, I told you, if y'all follow me when I told you I bought AK, is because I wanted that size. I needed the fucking size. I already had pit bulls.
Yeah.
So I needed the size because I wanted to make a larger pit bull of my own pit bull. So that's the only reason why I bought that breeding because of Spade. I love Gunner, but I was like, him taking that dog to fucking that big ass black bitch Spade, I need that. And I got it. And watch this. None of his brothers and sisters is like him. He has some big brothers too. He has some two big black males. They was big ass black ass males, but they didn't look like AK. They were
That's the
big.
ones he was trying to get you to get, right?
That's like one of those he was trying to get me to get. Like I was able to connect with all them guys. All them guys got them dogs in the UK. I was the only one in the US to get a dog. All of my other dogs is in the UK. So all them black dogs, and every one of them Spade litters was sold out. All the UK cats got them. But I was
Yeah.
following guys who got them. You know what I'm saying? So they had them big ass black dogs, big, but they wasn't AK-47 chopper ride.
Yes, sir.
They didn't
Yes,
have that
sir.
Tyrannosaurus Rex head. They didn't have that old school game dog phenotype. They didn't have that shit. And I remember when I finally got AK here, and then my man Greg called me up. He was like, "Yo, that boy AK looked just like his daddy." I was like, "Yeah, he do look like his daddy, man." And he got the same widow's peak. That widow's peak, they got that widow's peak in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got that same fucking face. You know what I mean? But he just bigger, taller, and then he's not bully type. AK ain't no bully. He look like a damn game dog, just big.
Hey, yeah. Just
Man,
tall.
his productions look even more like game dogs.
That's because I threw my shit up in there.
Yeah.
Man, his productions look like straight from the back in the like straight game dogs. Like, man, this girl Felony, I done had multiple people hit me. Oh, who's she off of? Oh man, you don't even know who she off of, man. She ain't get to going crazy. Like, yeah. Nah,
But see, but
that's
look,
fire
gentlemen,
though.
this is the reason why. Like I said, us as dog men who in the lab, this is what I do. I create. I knew I was gonna get that in my lab. My lab notes told me I was gonna get that. I already had my own pit bulls, whether they was black, blue, red, whatever color they was. I already had my phenotype. I already had my pit bulls. I just wanted to make them bigger.
Yeah.
So because I saw the genetic combination between Gunner and Spade, I knew I was going to get that phenotype that I like with Gunner, and I knew I was going to get that size from Spade. And then I picked the right dog, and I bumped my head. Thank God that I got a freak of nature. His name is AK. Not only that, his nuts is producing that shit.
Man, is it?
So I win. I won. You know what I'm saying? I win. And the rest is going to be history at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff that we have to understand in the lab, and like how you was talking about, Duro, about the paperwork. Over time, as I was doing my breedings over time, and I was paying for these type of dogs, and I was seeing that I wasn't producing certain type of dogs that I thought based off the pedigree, that's when I knew that all them my 3 binders of papers that I got on all my dogs that are papered, I got 3 binders full of papers. Okay. I knew that the majority of them, 75% of them, was full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
Yep.
damn, I'm looking at this damn, purple ribbon, this. I'm looking at all these generations, and I'm like looking at dogs. I'm trying to compare genetics. I'm like, yo, this don't even match. Like this dog don't even match the daddy. Then, like I'm looking at it because it's like the productions aren't coming out. What they say paperwork. That's what
Right.
got me.
Crazy.
That's when I was like, man, this shit's fucking trash, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it means something to the consumer, Duro, because then that creates value, right? It creates value. I'll say that. But to us breeders, what matters to us is the dogs.
The dog.
If you're able to know the dog's 3 generations back, that's good for us breeders, right?
Yeah.
So paperwork shows value to us if we can know those dogs top and bottom, sire and dame, 3 generations back. We can know those dogs there, and then we can see similarities between the 3 top and bottom into our productions. Then that's pluses. It's pluses for us as breeders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But to the consumer, it's a selling point. It's like you were saying, Young Ready, it's like a name brand and shit. Oh, I got, paperwork, or I got papers on my Rolex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a
You know what
Rolex.
that makes me feel like? Like
Go ahead.
anybody that comes to me that wants a pup from me and they come to me asking for papers, I don't even want to sell them the dog. Like,
Those are the
Hey,
ones you want to sell to, bro.
Young Ready, if you're going to
I
get your
want to
money,
sell to people that want the dog, man.
Nah, that's facts.
if
That's
you're going to
gonna
get your
do
money,
right by the dog, bro.
sell your papers, man. If you're going to get your money because it's a business, sell your
Nah,
papers.
I'm gonna sell. I was just like making like a reference to
Okay.
like I'm gonna sell them with the papers, but you gotta really want the dog. Like,
A lot of times, like myself, I'll get intrigued like before the breeding even happens because I see, you know what I'm saying, what type of dogs it has behind it. Like, oh yeah, I know this dog has to come out some fire, right? And then that's actually how I got I bought multiple of my dogs before they was even born. I already done put the deposit on that down because I already knew like with the dogs they had behind them, I'm like, this can't go wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just can't go
exactly.
wrong. And if and I like Coach said, I like first pick. I need my first pick. I need to be the first, the first one to see these dogs and pick them, right? So a lot of times I put that deposit down before the dogs are even on the ground. I've waited multiple months for multiple dogs to be born just so I could pick them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the dogs behind them.
Yeah.
So
And that's right. You know what I mean? Like, that's right, because we're trusting the breeders, because I've done the same thing. We're trusting the breeders that we're buying from to be telling us the truth about
dog.
the dog, the
Yeah.
pedigree, because we're hoping to be able to transfer that into our productions. That's why you pay first pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you pay the price that the breeder's asking, because you're trusting them that you're going to get that.
Yes,
However,
sir.
in this dog
However,
game, it's not what it seems. Okay,
exactly.
that's all.
Because you
Right.
could give
That's
them
why I
the
was saying
dog.
what I was saying.
My fault.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all for having me up here, listening to me talk, and I appreciate, listening to y'all talk. Appreciate you, Coach, for having a platform as always. I need to hop off this thing and take care of these dogs.
No, it's all good, Knocking down. Thank you for showing up, man. Appreciate your feedback, man, and your input.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Salute.
Yep,
Salute,
salute.
knock them
Catch
down.
y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
But
Coach.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what I was getting at is like, I consider you like my mentor / friend,
Respect.
right?
Respect.
And if I got a puppy from you and I say, you know, Doro Ricio's Bully Camp, you know, Tupac, right? I ain't throwing shade on you. I'm just saying that this is my dog. So I'm saying I'm introducing my dog to my followers, right?
Yeah.
So by you being, you know, my friend, would you feel some type of way about that? Or would you be like,
No,
no,
hell no.
that's him doing, you know, he promoting his dog.
Man, this is how real it is. This is real. And we only talking real in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I do not say that AK-47 is Lion's Lair Harris's AK-47.
Right.
AK-47 is my dog.
Right.
Now, watch this. If you ask me, did I produce AK? I'm going to tell you the truth. No, I didn't. Lion's Lair produced AK. AK, I bought from Lion's Lair. That's the only time that I would mention Lion's Lair. Now, for you, if that's your dog, you're promoting that dog, right? That dog becomes famous. It's not my clout, it's yours.
Right.
I didn't make that dog famous, you did. Lion's Lair didn't make AK famous. I did.
Right. Right.
So no, I would not. I would not expect you to be like, hey, this is Formula One K9, Duro Ricio's Pretty Boy Floyd. Hell no.
That's bad shit.
That's your dog.
My man. My man.
Yeah, nah, hell no, man. That's your dog.
That's because you're a real one. That's why.
Nah,
That's
real
just
shit.
real.
It's just the facts, man. It's your dog. That's your work you put in. That's your dog. Because, see, a lot of people get dogs, right, that could be famous. They don't put no work in. So, you know, it is what it is. Or you might get a dog that is trash that you bought from me because you never put no work in it either. So I don't want you to say, oh, man, you know, this is fucking Formula One K9s and you got that dog looking like a piece. I don't want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, yeah, I sold you that dog, but that dog wouldn't be looking like that if it was with me.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
So, you know, it's a two-edged sword. You feel what I'm saying? So I always say, if you paid your hard-earned money to get you a top-tier dog from me, that's your dog. Promote it how you promote it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to say you produce it, that's your prerogative. That's your dog. I don't, you know, I'm not going to get your business. Oh, that's my. Nah, man, I ain't doing all that. I'm going to give you your props.
That's because you're a move. That's because you're a real one. And I, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's all.
You know, because, you know, people, you know, feel other ways. And I never said I produce none of my dogs. Never said that. You know what I'm saying? Never said that at all. Never said like, yo, but I'm saying this is my dog. It's with me. This is my dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hashtagging your name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. If you already tagged me, if you already took a picture of my pup and put it on your page and say, yo, Doro Ricio got this off of AK-47. You know what I'm saying? And I tag you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got this from Formula One at the dog guy, aka the coach. I'm not gonna keep doing that every time I post my dog. You know what I'm saying?
And you shouldn't have to.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's your dog. You shouldn't have to, man. You know what I mean? Like that's your dog. Once it leaves, you know, my possession, that's yours. You know, all I did was cooked it up for you. Whatever you do with the dog afterwards, that's your rights. You know, it's all you, you know.
Right.
But see, one thing that I noticed too, like even when I you know, I'm sure that Simon, his name is Simon, right? Out there in Lions there. I'm sure Simon didn't know that the dog he sold me was going to be the #1 gunner son in the world. I'm sure he didn't know that. But as time went on, based off of my promotion of AK and AK developing to be who he is today, all his peers was talking about AK. So instead of him saying, giving me my props because he produced it, he was promoting himself off of AK. Whereas I would give props to him, early bird, because that's the type of man that I am.
Yeah.
give props to the person who produced them. So I would give him his shout out. Shout out to, Simon at Lions Lair for producing them and let me buy this boy, but I definitely got, a top tier dog named AK-47. So I would give him his shout out, but then he would never give me mine.
Yeah, whack. That's
So I'm like, okay, I see how it is. He would do a post of some like old puppy pictures, and he's like, yeah, I told such and such. He didn't even give me put my name in there. I told coach he didn't say that. I mean, I told my man's when he bought the dog's gonna have this drive and all this. I'm like, my man's nigga, why don't you give him my
trying to insult you.
He just didn't want to. I was already getting the
props.
Yeah, right. There you go. I was already getting famous because of what I was doing with AK, where all his partners and everybody was talking about him. Right. Yo, that dog you sold out there in the US, that dog AK-47 is motherfucking a beast.
Right.
Then, of course, he got to, I produced him, so he got to piggyback off of my momentum instead of being like, yo, shout out to the coach. You know what I mean? He put in the work on that dog. You know what I'm saying? Give him my salute. He couldn't do that for me, so I figured out the game. And remember we talked about how the dog game is racist?
Yep.
Okay. So being that, he's from the UK, you already know them boy, that's the original English. That's the original. Even though everybody all over the world want to mimic our culture, but they don't want to really be a nigga at the end of the day. Right. But they want to mimic us. Right. So I already know his energy over there. And I already know what my man Greg told me about them boys out there in the UK. And he told me about the dog game. He told me that the dog game is racist, but he told me about how they are in the UK. So me being a black man, spending my money with him, right? Paying the price he asked. I picked my dog out. He didn't pick my dog out. I happened to pick the best dog out of that litter. Then the dog makes a name for himself. Will surpass his daddy. I promise you that. Okay. Will surpass his daddy as the most famous. And not only that, the best producer. Okay. Period. Now I become the man now. You follow what I'm saying? Not.
Yeah.
But instead of passing me like, hey, another dog, hey, bro, you picked that dog out, man. Salute to you, coach. You picked him out. Man, all that promotion you did, salute to you, coach. Damn, all the productions you did with him. Salute to you, coach. And I'm a nigga. He can't give me that. He can't give me that. Shine if he give me that.
Yeah.
I take away from Gunner if he give me that. But see, we different. You feel me? What we trying to build over here, we different because we want to uplift everybody. So like you said, Duro, if you got a dog for me and you make that dog with this, I'm giving you your props. I gave you the DNA. You cooked it with it. You made some good shit. You took the dog, made him famous. That's Duro's shit. You know what I'm saying? I just cooked him up for Duro, man. Duro's the driver. You know what I'm saying? Duro's the one that pushed it. I didn't push it.
Right.
I can't take your credit. I can't take your dog's credit.
Right.
That dog is what it is. I just cooked it up. If that dog is better than AK, that dog's better than AK. I gotta give him his props. Like, show he surpassed his daddy. Like, oh, he still ain't better than his daddy. Oh, his dad is the reason why he is what he is. Nah, he is who he is. Or she is who she is, whoever that is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a realist when it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you your props. If you produce a dog, I'm always gonna give you your props because you produced it. But what I do with your dog is that's mine. That's me.
Right.
Yes.
But this dog game is not like that, Duro. Like what you're experiencing and what you're insinuating at the end of the day is real. Like that shit is just not for me. You're not gonna get that from me. You know what I mean?
I know I wasn't. I didn't feel like I would, but I was just, thinking like you got productions all over the world.
That's right.
You got productions in PA, you got production. I seen a lot of your puppies go out, you know what I'm saying, on your channel, you know what I mean, get flew out and shit like that. So I seen a lot of that. So I just was wondering, I just was like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I gotta ask Coach, when he feels some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Because this person feels some type of way when I ain't dissing you, but it's my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like once I paid for him and I went to go get him, it's my dog.
Now, hey, can I say, I gotta say something really quick. Okay?
Yeah.
So I have a friend of mine who I sold a dog to, and I got the dog that I sold him. The mom that I purchased that the dog came off of came from a real high-end famous breeder.
Okay.
Let's say like a Gucci level breeder, Louis Vuitton level breeder, right? Rolls Royce type breeder. Now I produced his dog at top tier shit. You know, I mean, shit. I'm the dog god. I know how to cook dogs. So I produced the dog. Now he takes the clout of the name brand dog that my dog came off of, and then leaves me out of the whole sequence of the dog that he has that's producing his puppy. So he piggybacks off the name brand of the other dog, but doesn't give me my props for producing his dog that produced his top tier dogs. So when he does that, I don't say anything, but I do feel some type of way when you do that. When you surpass me and go to the name brand that is the other, right, brand of dog that I purchased, I'm like, damn, if you're going to give him his props, make sure you give me my props, because without the dog that birthed your dog, you wouldn't have your dog.
Have yours,
Right.
Yeah.
Genetics. But you're going to supersede me because, you know, maybe my name isn't name brand in that dog arena like the person that I bought my dog from. You know, so I did feel some type of way. I never told him that, but I was like,
yeah,
damn,
that's messed up, man.
like, why are you gonna not give me my prop? If you're gonna give props to people, you're gonna give props to the stud and skip the damn breeder, but you're gonna give props to the stud breeder because they're famous in that league. You skip me because I might not be as famous, but then you go and piggyback off the daddy who is famous off my bitch that produced your puppy. It's like, damn, nigga, like, damn, man, like, why you gonna do me like that? So I did kind of feel some type of way about that, Duro. But other than that, I didn't say nothing about it. But if you're gonna start giving people their props, don't skip me out the equation when I'm the one that produced your bitch. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
In
Don't
that case, I feel like you got a valid reason to feel like that though, coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like individuals feel some type of way about my dog, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? Like it ain't like that. Cause I'm not like that. You know, when I get my Formula One K9, you know what I'm saying? When I get a pup from Rock Solid, it's gonna be nothing but shout outs and nothing but love, because it ain't gonna be like, you ain't gonna hit me like, yo, Doro, hashtag Formula One every time you post your dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, yo, hell no, man. And it ain't that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, because with you, coach, I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why,
But you don't
like,
have to, Duro. My point is, like, you don't have to. However, if you're going to be doing that, let's, like I said, if you're going to be hashtagging Lions Lair
right.
or whoever else, but you leave out Formula One, now I'm
Right.
gonna be like, damn, Duro, why you
Right.
hashtagging this, but leaving me
Yeah,
out?
because we all
Right.
supposed to be helping each other in that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if you're not hashtagging anybody, Duro, that's you, baby. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Duro, why am I not in the hashtag, nigga? Nah. Do you, Duro? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta hashtag me, but if you are gonna be giving hashtags, you better not leave my ass out. That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
coach.
that's
Absolutely.
up, man.
That's only
Absolutely.
fair.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
only fair, man. But this dog game, you know, as you're learning, as you guys are learning and stuff like that, this dog game is very finicky. You know, everybody be name dropping for clout. There's a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff that go on and stuff like that. People buy dogs because of certain dog names, like we talked about. You know, they don't really understand the art and the gift and the ability to buy good dogs. They don't understand when I talk about frames, brains, and motors. Like when I pick out a damn puppy, I look at a dog's frame. I don't look at how big the dog is. I look at the frame of the dog, the skeletal frame. Okay, looking at phenotype. And normally, because I'm so good at that, based off of what I see as a puppy, I get when they get grown. Now, as far as the size goes, I never know.
Right.
But as far as the structure goes, I get it A1 every time. That's how I was able to pick AK. That's how I was able to pick all the dogs that I got that I decided to keep, because I knew the skeletal frame. And I say, okay, if this dog is skeletically built like this as a puppy, when it matures, it should still have that same frame.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whether it's big, medium, or small, I should still get that. And 9 times out of 10, it does turn out that way. But most people, I want the biggest dog, so they get the biggest, heaviest looking type dog, and they wonder why the dog is looking like a greyhound or whatever it's looking like.
Yeah.
Because you didn't pick it skeletically correct. You know what I mean? You looked at how big it was. I need to get that. And then it turned out to be not what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things that a lot of people don't understand. These are things a lot of people don't get. This is why I'm able to have type dogs that I have, because I know how to pick them out. I understand what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Now, temperament and stuff like that, none of us know until dog matures and it shows you what it's going to be temperament wise or phenotypically. You can get an idea what your dog's going to look like by looking at the frame and judging it based off of that.
I agree.
It takes time to get to this point to understand that, man. But everything you said about what you're saying, Duro, about the dog being yours and not having to, dick ride the breeder and always have to mention them like that. You don't have to do that shit. You know what I mean? I don't do it, so I wouldn't suggest you doing it either.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
Yeah,
that's real shit. Well, it's just crazy because this game is crazy. When motherfuckers make videos about you, or motherfuckers make Instagram posts, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so crazy to me. Like, you be like, damn, like I thought we was cool and shit. Like, you feel some type of way because of that. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
people are crazy, man.
It's not about the dogs.
Nah.
It's about the individuals. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the dogs. See, the dogs is an extension of these individuals.
The
That's what the dogs are. So it's more them than it is the dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, I mean, shit, isn't it a dog? Why are you feeling so sensitive about it? And that's kind of like what I was telling you about how I didn't say nothing to my partner, because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's not about me, it's about the dogs. But if you making it about the other person, now I'm thinking about like, damn, how about me? If you're gonna start putting other people into that dog equation,
yeah,
I'm the reason why you got the dog. So
right.
Of the coach. But I didn't make a big deal about it because, like you said, Duro, people make it more of a personal thing. And then now they, they start, making it more of a personal thing versus the dogs. And then it's like, it takes everything out of context. Now we beefing. Now we got something to say. It's like, damn, let it be about the dogs.
Let it be about the dogs. That's right. That's right.
Why you got to get personal, man? This is, the shit. But
yeah,
that's the game today, man. When money get involved, it's like, fuck the dog. Same thing when we talking about with the dog fighting. When that money start getting on the table, fuck the dogs, man. We trying to get this money.
Yep.
That's all it's about, man. Man.
My best dog, my son and shit, you want me to fucking put him on the line for 50 grand? Oh, well, shit, that's 50 grand. Son, son, I gotta hang you out to dry for 50,000, man. Hopefully you won't die.
Yep.
Hey, he got 50 grand on the line, man. You better win tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
But
now
that's how it go.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Yeah.
Then your kid's like, hey, where's Sparky at, Daddy?
No, I ain't laughing at Sparky, but
no, that's real shit.
That was funny.
No, that's real shit.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he ran away, honey. He ran away.
In the back of your mind.
That's bad business right there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
dog
Because
chow.
it ain't about the dog. It was about that bread.
It
Bread.
was about the bread.
Now we
That's
gonna have
fucked up.
more better Sparkies.
Yeah, we
That is.
got another one
But
coming tomorrow, honey. I got a brand new puppy.
mm-mm.
He coming tomorrow.
Nah, it's over with.
So, at the end of the day, we have to change the narrative, dog men and dog women, when it comes to the American Pit Bull Terrier. Don't be afraid of changing the narrative. Don't be afraid of cooking up a variant of the American Pit Bull Terrier. Okay. Do your own thing. All right. Put it in a different light to the public. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get caught up in the hype of the old. If you got something that's hot, promote your hot bloodline. Salute to all the dogs of the past, but they're the dogs of the past. I'm not promoting Red Bull band dogs because I got Red Bull from Buff Dogs line of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not piggybacking off of Buff Dogs Red Bull when Red Bull's been dead for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
Why? Unless I have semen, which I do, and I breed them to my 2025 band dog, then it's a Red Bull dog because it's Red Bull brought back to 2025.
Right.
But if I don't have that, it is AR-15s doing this thing. It's an AR-15 dog. Or if it's, his son's dogs, his great-grandson's dogs, it's their dogs. It's not AR-15 no more unless I'm taking AR-15 band dogs and I'm inbreeding, line breeding, outcross, throw some AR-15 semen back into the outcross, inbreed line. You know what I'm saying? Then it's AR-15 band dogs.
Right.
If I don't do it in that mathematic where you can see that dog AR-15 in the first 3 generations, you're not seeing that in that first 3 generations. Those ain't AR-15 dogs.
Them, facts.
And until we as dog men and dog women who actually cook up these dogs understand this and don't get into the hype of what sells, because you ain't got nothing that's 2025 that's selling like your 1980 dog. So you got to make 2025 look like it's 1980 and shit. If you ain't got that mathematical play in that dog's genetics, stop capping and stop saying that it's that dog, because we don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? Us who are real dog men and dog women who breed dogs, that ain't that dog. And that dog 20 years back, it's not in the front. That's not that dog. Shut up. Stop capping. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't believe you.
Real shit.
Right.
Real
and
shit.
Because the market ain't accepting you because you ain't got that shit, then create your own lane.
Yep.
Okay. Do your own thing. Okay, fine. That's all good. It's all good. My dog is this. Don't be afraid to create your own lane. It might be the slower road, the slower path to your financial success, but you know what? It's yours once you get there. It's yours.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to ride anybody else's clout. You don't got to ride Boudreaux's clout. Whoever else these old dog men are, they're like, man, come on, man. They would never think that we can still be talking about their dogs today.
Nah, that's a fact.
No, like when you think about it, it's real pathetic, man.
Right.
They dead at time already.
Yeah, they had their time. It's like, it's like, come on, man. Like, what else, man?
Right.
What else?
They're gonna say to you, you know what they would say to you? I didn't breed that dog. Hey, kind of like how I mentioned with my Malinois. I told y'all the story with my Malinois, and I had this little spectator was over there talking ish about my performance dogs and how's it performance. And I tagged him to the breeder, and the breeder's like, hey, that's not my dog. Or no, he said, you didn't buy a dog from me, and I had to show him the paperwork and the picture of the dog, and then he corrected himself. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I could have piggybacked off him on a Malinois that I bred and be like, hey, yeah, this is this type of bloodline. He could say, that's not my dog. And then guess what? If I bred it, it's not his dog. He's right.
Right.
But I could be piggybacking off him because he's a big time animal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how the OGs would say to these niggas here today, talking about they got Eli monster dogs and shit. Nigga, that OG that bred with those Eli monster dogs, like, that's not an Eli monster dog, nigga. That didn't come off my shit. I didn't breed that dog. That didn't come off of my shit. That's your shit.
That's your shit. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it sucks, like, for the American Pit Bull Terrier Terrier because you don't see like the Rottweiler dying.
Nope.
Like people that got the Rottweiler, like that shit still look like a Rottweiler. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you got some of the dogs out here that people, created, and the Rottweiler look like a damn pug. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the real breeders of the Rottweiler, right? And those dogs, they don't got chicken feet. Like they not chasing, what I'm saying, the Rottweiler from back in the 80s and shit. Like they
Make that shit better.
exactly. And that's the thing. That's the problem that I have with the American Pit Bull Terrier community because it's like, bro, that shit didn't get better from back in the 90s, bro. That shit didn't get better. It didn't get wider, it didn't get stronger, it didn't get faster. Like, yeah, it has the game, it has the work, but did it get better? And it's dumb. That motherfucker inbred 20,000 times. You know what I'm saying? The parents was inbred, and then that was inbred, and then and that was inbred, and now he's inbred. And you're like, what the fuck? So that it's retarded. It barely doesn't have its brains for real, for real.
Right.
It can't do nothing but work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker probably can't walk on the leash, don't know how to sit, wouldn't know how to have the obedience for real, for real. And that's when I say we failed the American Pit Bull Terrier. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? Which is
Yeah,
such
I agree with that.
a beautiful, dog that matters. It matters. It's everyone's favorite dog.
Yep.
It matters. That dog breed matters. And you just got people just watering it down, killing the breed, making that shit worse. That's what I feel.
But you remember what it used to be? It was the nanny dog.
Right.
Also,
Right.
the pit bull, the American Pit Bull Terrier, the nanny dog. That joint served in war.
When when
That's the American, like basically the breed of America, the Pit Bull Terrier.
when the old
What's that
timers
nigga's
was
name?
listen, when the old timers was breeding performance dogs and it wasn't about no paperwork, that's when the dogs were at its peak.
Right.
Now, like I said, if your only gene pool was what was in your yard, of course you're just going to inbreed. But if you're not like really versed and experienced in breeding in general, and you can't see how inbreeding affects your dog when you do it too much, or you haven't had a chance to get an outcross and seeing what hybrid vigor was, then of course you will be stuck in your rut. And then
Yep.
those ones who had the diverse gene pools and they understood line breeding, outcrossing, and inbreeding, and they knew how to do it all together in unison, and you seen how they was whooping your ass. Not only they was whooping your ass, but their dogs was looking great and they were healthy. They weren't dumb and stupid and falling apart. Then you wouldn't know no better. But see, now, like you said, we're in a day and age where people are fucking naive and they're just so caught up in hype of what things used to be that they get caught up in, if it ain't this, it ain't that. And that's where these dogs is fucked up.
Yep.
That's why the image is what it is today, because you're still thinking that we was back in the 80s and the 90s where them type of dogs was the A1 dogs, and that's not what is the A1 dog to the Pit Bull Terrier anymore. Those type of dogs is dead.
Yep.
Dead. That day and age is done. Put them in a Hall of Fame. Let them be in a Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Let's create what's new. Let's reinvent what the image of the Pit Bull Terrier is today, where people aren't going to be stereotyping them anymore as these dogs that just are biting and killing people and animals and all this type of shit. Like, we need to reinvent the image of the Pit Bull, because the Pit Bull is not just a one-trick pony dog.
I don't know.
The dog can do anything. It's the ultimate dog.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. That's the point.
Anything and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Like when I gotta stay on top of a dog like Shaka, because I know he won all the smoke. Okay. I'm sure he didn't like the fact that I was on his ass about being an asshole and always wanting to do what he was bred to do at the end of the day due to his ancestors. But he understood over time that that's not what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He understood over time. Now I have his kids. I know what's in his children. So as puppies, I nurture them that, you know what, we not going to do that. That's what's in you. Now, if I was hunting dogs, like how we were talking about, knock them down was talking about, and I want to take that prey drive that's in them or in them offspring, and I want to direct it toward a hog, then guess what? I will promote that for the hog. But I'm still not going to allow him to go ahead and knock off one of my dogs on the yard because he feel like it or she feel like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to prove to myself, not to the dog, but to me that, oh, this dog is game.
Right.
Oh, you're just like your daddy, or oh, you're just like your great grandmama. She was doing the same thing. Like, no, what? Just so I can get pats on the back from these the Negroes that's still living in the past.
To have a moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, coach, your dog is gay, man. Oh man, your dog want to kill all the dogs on the yard. Oh, your dog is him. No, that dog is a liability, man. Hell no, I don't want that shit like that.
I don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that. That's costly.
Bills. Extra bills.
Costly.
No more. We ain't putting no money on these dogs. This shit ain't legal. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't, you get frowned upon, shunned upon. I don't want my dog getting hurt. I don't want to be paying for no vet bills. I'm cool with that.
Right. Right.
And that's what needs to change with the American Pit Bull Terrier. The whole image of it. We need to stop talking about them old school fighting shit. That's just dead, man. Let the OGs rest, man. Let them dogs that did what they did, let them rest, man. Yeah, let them rest in peace, man. Let the new dogs make a new wave. You know what I'm saying? Let's let that happen. Who's weight pull champion? Who's wall climb champion? Who's the hog hunting champion? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Who's the dock diving champion? Let's talk about that.
Who's the best surfer? Word.
Whatever. Who's the first pit bull that's number one in Schutzen or whatever.
Word. Nah, they be doing that though with the pigs, having them on the surfboard. And they be doing it better than the actual surfers. Some of them. They got better balance.
I believe it.
I see them damn Frenchies and bulldogs on them damn skateboards, but I ain't never seen no pit bull on the surfboard yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find the video.
I'm about to say that too, young ready. I'm gonna say that. I had that shit in my DM tomorrow, nigga. I was about to say that shit, young ready. Young ready gonna have that shit right in my DM. Like, look, coach. I'm like, damn.
Hey man, y'all some bad motherfuckers in that dog community, Joe, too, man. Y'all motherfuckers be talking, man.
They be holding that combo, man. I just be in there reading that
crazy
shit.
I said, yo, coach probably like, yo, why Doro do this shit, man?
I just go there. I be entertained, just be reading that shit, checking out whatever y'all be talking about. Like, go ahead, man, do y'all thing, man. Fuck it. Do y'all thing, man.
My man.
I mean, I just hope, put it this way, fellas and ladies, I just hope that us as, with our community and stuff like that and what we doing as pioneers and, cooking up, like, we doing what the OGs was doing when nobody was in their backyard, when they had their visions of their dogs and they was cooking the way they was cooking. They was making their mistakes. They was making their victories or whatever they was doing. And they were learning by, doing, right? That's all we doing over here. But at the same time, we all said that, the pit bull is our number one dog. That's what we damn near all said that.
Yes.
Right.
So with that being said, us as pioneers, we need to reshape the image of the American Pit Bull Terrier. We need to promote the American Pit Bull Terrier in a positive light. We need to let the past be the past. Talking about what these dogs used to do is not something that we should be talking about today. And, if somebody want to down you about your dog not being what it is, let them do what they do. It is what it is. And let's produce and push forward. Now, until we change that, if you want to be in the pit bull market and sell pit bulls, it is what it is. Right now you ain't gonna get paid. You probably gonna get about 500 for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're not really gonna get that money that you think because of the community that's buying them dogs. And people that's buying them dogs ain't the type of people you want to be selling to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the facts. Okay. They want to tell you about how your dog ain't what it is, but they don't want to pay you for what it is if it was what it was. Or if it was what it is, they're not going to pay you that ticket.
Talk about it.
So if that's the case, then you know what? That whole old school way of thinking about the American Pit Bull Terrier, we need to dead that. Put it in a coffin, bury it, man. Let it rest. Put the little tombstone up, put the dates, and let it be. Now the resurrection of the new needs to be promoted, and that's how we need to operate. And that's kind of like how I was telling y'all. Like I scrapped my pit bull program, and I'm pushing the double XL AK-47 choppers, pit bulls. You see what I'm saying? That's that's a whole new wave. You feel what I'm saying? So I put my ticket on that. I need to get my ticket. But I can't be selling me a standard American Pit Bull Terrier because niggas ain't gonna respect my price tag. So it's like, man, y'all can have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. You know. So, but if y'all ain't got nothing else, man, we gonna wrap this thing up, man. You guys have anything else to say on the topic?
Nope, I'm good.
I think somebody in the chat had something to say.
I came late and shit, but you know what I mean? My bad, y'all.
Oh no,
All good. No, it's all good. What you see in the chat, young lady? What'd you see? Who has something to say?
Is Josh still in the chat?
I mean, I don't know if he's still in the chat. I knew he was in the chat. I don't know if he's still in the chat.
Because he had said something to me about something in the group chat that he wanted to bring up in this.
Let me see. Let me see if he said anything. I'm scrolling down. I don't see it. I don't think he said anything. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't. I see he was in there, but he just said salute. Yeah. Man. Well, let me give everybody a shout out in the chat.
Was good.
Let me salute to all you guys, man. Young Ready, man. Big salute to you, man. I appreciate you participating like you always do, and all the feedback that you bring to the panel. You know what I mean? Much love and respect. And of course, all the checks and balances that you provide me in the DMs, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Duro, you already know what time it is, man. Love you, man. Appreciate your feedback. Bro. Appreciate your respect. Appreciate what you're doing with your dogs, beautiful dogs. Just input, all the things that you bring to the panel and the chat. You know what I mean? It's, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you for having me, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I already know what the time it is, Corey, man. You better figure out how to get
Yes, sir.
You better figure out.
I'm working, man. I'm trying to get my shit together.
Figure out how you can get one of these gifts that I'm about to bless you with, regardless.
Yes, sir.
So I got you either way. I got you either way, Corey. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate your feedback, your participation on the chat, everything you bring to the panel and everything else, man. So appreciate it. Love you, brother. So I'm gonna give everybody a shout out in the chat. 2 Students for Life dog training, man. Big salute, fam. Functional Focus Kennels, man. Thank you for your consistency, brother. Big salute to you, man. Big Jada Donna. Yes, sir. Big salute. Who we got? Byron Gibson, big salute to you, brother. Dogman Don, big salute. Nell Max, salute, family. What else we got? Rock Solid Pits, brother, salute. Danielle, big salute, big salute. Who else we got? Show enough, big salute, family. Carolina Blue, man. What up with your family? Big salute. What else we got, man? Make sure I don't want to miss nobody. Blue Line Teriers, big salute to you, Bill. Make sure I got everybody. Dogman 305, man. Salute, family. I don't know if this is your first time, man, but salute. Thank you for showing up. Lone Wolf, big salute. I think that was Lone Wolf's first time. He said, hell no, I don't know what that meant. JC, he said worse. I don't know what that meant. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We got Jack Willis in the chat or in the backstage. Jack Willis, one thing that we don't allow is new people to come on to the panel. You have to be vetted, so you have to participate in the chat. So if you do decide to, want to be on the panel one of these days, man, make sure you show up in the chat, man. Show that you're really a dog, man, and you're not one of these trolls. But
Oh shit.
Yep. All right, y'all.
We lost Coach.
okay, hold on. We back.
There you go.
There you go. There we go. Technical difficulties. Hey. Hey, big salute to everybody, and much love and respect to everyone. And until next time, next Thursday, man, show up, man. Hey, Jack Willis, next time you want to show up, man, come up in the chat and participate, brother. You know what I mean? Much love and respect, man. Thank you for showing up, man. Until next time, next Thursday, man. Peace out.
Peace. Love.
All right, y'all.